The sun is down, but the heat will continue to rise. These championship Ford drivers are ready to do battle. Only one driver can win it all, or will someone new seize the opportunity for a chance to be etched in history? Tonight, it doesn't matter about points or stage finishes. We race for one thing only, a championship. Welcome to Phoenix, only on FS1.
Welcome back to Phoenix Raceway. It's championship weekend, and tonight the Craftsman Truck Series takes center stage. Earlier today, qualifying took place, and the fastest man was right there, Corey Heim in the number 11. 2 contenders inside the top 10, 2 outside. And that brings us to the Craftsman starting lineup. Corey Heim starting on pole. Ty Majeski had a hot rod as well, starting just outside row number 1.
A couple really fast trucks back in row number 2, Nick Sanchez and our champion from last year, Zane Smith.
What about 2021 champion Ben Rhodes? He's going to roll from the 6th position. They got a really fast Ford. Watch for Ben to be tough tonight.
Great qualifying effort for Jack Wood, and Christian Negus narrowly avoided making the Final Four.
Grant Enfinger going to roll off in the 17th position. Got a little work to do. Let's see if we can get a word with Grant. His line's busy. Here we go. Grant Enfinger, it's Waltrip and the crew at Fox. Do you copy?
I got you, Mikey.
Well, it's been fun following you all year long. A championship is in your grasp. How do you feel, and what do you think it's going to take to win this race tonight?
I mean, for us, we're going to have to go from the back to the front, right? We qualified mid-tag. I know Hensley's not thrilled about that, but I was honestly happy that it was tight in qualifying, and it was just tight. Yesterday, I think the truck was driving me a little bit, but now we get this balance right. I have all the confidence in the world we're going to drive this champion power equipment Chevy to the front. So, yeah, we got to work it out for us, but we can do it for sure.
I appreciate you all year long, buddy. You've been a lot of fun, a lot of help. Congratulations on the new baby. Go get you a championship.
Thank you, my friends. Enjoy the show. We're going to put one on for you.
I love that. Let's look at our Craftsman track description that these truckers will be trying to conquer tonight. This place is so much fun to race. It's a mile in length, and you can see every aspect of the corners are different. 1 and 2 is very sweeping and wide. The banking is the same, but you go down to turn 3 and 4, and it's really, really tight. So it's just so dramatically different. You have to be versatile. You have to have a truck that'll run high, run low, run all over the place.
Let's take a look at our race analysis. You see this race is 150 laps, 150 miles. First 2 stages, everyone's going to stop at the end of the stage and put tires on. That final stage is when it really matters. You know you're not going to have fuel, but we saw what 2 new tires will do late in a run, so look for that to happen again in that final stage.
And then all night long, if the caution comes out just before the stage ends, you're going to see some differing strategies. It's going to be a fun night.
Remember, for those championship 4, stage points don't matter tonight.
That's right, a lot to stay on top of tonight. Let's get final thoughts before we go green with our pit reporters. We'll kick it off with Regan once again.
Well, Jamie, Zane Smith's tenure with Front Row Racing is coming to an end after this race as he moves to the Cup Series. But he told me earlier today he wants it to end exactly how it began at Daytona 1 year ago, with a win. This truck has been good all weekend long. He told me this team is special. They've got chemistry unlike anything he's ever witnessed in this sport to this point of his career. It has been a true pleasure to work with each of them for the past 2 seasons. And as we talk of the truck itself, very good this weekend. He said it compares to the one that he won with 1 year ago here in Phoenix. Amanda?
Regan eliminated from the championship at Homestead. Christian Eckes personally went by the shop to remove the red spoiler from his truck. He said that it was a motivating experience of reflection that has left him with one final goal this season, and that is a win. Josh?
Well, this time last year, Ty Majeski and the 98 team were a member of the championship for competing for a title, but a bad second round this time around, and the suspension of crew chief Joe Shear Jr. cost them a shot to get back and compete once again. Well, I talked to Ty earlier. He said, yes, it was frustrating. Of course, they had a very bad second round, but he said that doesn't mean we had a bad season. He said we learned a lot, we grew, we showed we can win anywhere, and we can be consistent. And by the way, they qualified second, widely believed to have a truck good enough to win this race. He said, hey, let's go out and spoil things, guys.
Ty Majeski certainly one to watch tonight. Well, we're happy to bring you 4 onboards tonight. We'll be riding along with all 4 championship contenders, Michael.
Check out those eyes, too. They're wide open. They're ready to attack. Grant Enfinger rolling from the 17th position. We're going to be on board with him as he shifts it up into 3rd gear and rolls around.
We're also going to ride along with Carson Hocevar. This is the Worldwide Express Chevrolet. He's won 4 times this year, looking for one more win, and he's going to start from the 13th spot.
It's taken me all week to get here, Phil. This is my championship pick. Ben Rhodes, he's qualified in the 6th position. Loved his truck last night in practice. Talked to his crew chief, Rich Lucius, and he's confident about what they have. And if you need a gamble, you need that Hail Mary late in the race,
he'll do it.
He's the guy.
And how about our pole sitter, Corey Heim? Just about every statistical category he's led this year. This is a Safe Light Toyota looking for one more win, and this is what was said on the radio just a moment ago.
All right, buddy, you have some fun tonight, okay? Try to stay a little bit loose, stay focused under all day long, no matter what happens. Need you to stay calm, stay focused, and we'll work through any adversity we need to.
Love to hear the pep talks on the radio, especially for young Corey Heim, the 21-year-old. His first championship 4 appearance, his first full-time season in the Craftsman Truck Series. He'll lead this field to green. Ty Majeski on the outside, Nick Sanchez and Zane Smith, the first 2 rows. Side by side, eyes on the green flag. It's up in the air. We are racing at Phoenix. A little contact back in the field. They fan out 4 wide. To the inside, here comes Nick Sanchez. Corey Heim to the middle, and it looks like it's gonna be the 98. Ty Majeski.
Majeski around the outside. I talked about how many grooves there are here and how you have to be so versatile. You can see, oh, Nick Sanchez slips, gets into the side of Zane Smith. A lot of action early on this first lap. Are they gonna be 4 wide? 3 at least for sure.
It didn't take us long to get 3 and 4 wide. Look at them all the way down to the bottom. Chase Purdy, the 4 truck.
You see all the sparks. You guys talk about the risk versus reward when you cut that dog leg.
You're going to cut it all night long. There's just speed down there. If you come off the corner with a little bit more momentum than the guy ahead of you, you're going to dive low and get that spot.
You see the gold highlighted in the pylon. Those are our 4 championship contenders.
How about Rajat Karuth, that 24 truck, making a move around the outside of Jake Garcia in the 35.
Chase Purdy in the 4, good qualifying effort. He's down really low on the track, but not as low as Gray in that 17 truck. He's able to make a move low.
Got a couple of teenagers back there. The one of Jesse Love just wrapped up the ARCA Menards Series Championship a couple of weeks ago. This is his swan song with Team Toyota. He's moving on. You see him right there in the 1 truck.
No stranger to racing with that 17 truck of Taylor Gray either.
Grant's kind of struggling. The start didn't go like we talked about. The 17th position. He's dropped back to 19. We'll have to see if he can get through this field. Man, Phil, early in the going when you're that deep in the pack, if you don't make a big move on the restart, it's tough sledding after that.
Gets so much harder to pass him as you see. Oh, contact!
Stuart Friesen is around. That'll bring out our first caution of the night.
Great job by Haley Deegan. Sometimes you just got to lock her down and avoid the contact. Don't try to dodge them, and she did just that. I think she flat spotted her tires, but what an amazing job she did of not running into Friesen in that 52.
That was a 77 of Derek Kraus that got into Stuart Friesen and turned him around.
He got loose getting down in the corner, corrected it, and ran into Stuart. You talked about that extra set of tires because we're the championship 4. Well, these guys need these tires right now. Watch the big slide by Stewie. Bam.
You see the 77 got loose, had to chase it up the hill. Nowhere for Stewart to go. And what an amazing job, as you mentioned, Haley Deegan did. All 4 tires locked up.
That's just fun to see when a driver does something special. She was hooked together with another truck to her inside, but man, Pit Boss stayed out of the 52 truck.
How about Grant Enfinger on board right here? Woo! A little too close for comfort, boys.
I talked about making big moves early. Well, that's,
that's
how you
two spots.
Well, there you go.
Look at Grant's helmet. He gets an A for effort there. Looking good. Needs the truck to be a little bit better. Grant Enfinger back in 16th. 6 laps in. Ty Majeski leads Corey Heim in Phoenix.
Started really free, turned it a little bit tight there. Ended maybe 1 number free all the way through, maybe 2 numbers free on entry.
We're tight, but we're much better than we were yesterday. Yeah, if we have grip, we're just tight, but way better.
Strong suit 1 and 2, weak spot 3 and 4. I don't know what I need 3 and 4, just not there. Great. It's like I'm out of the racetrack, just a touch 3 and 4.
Boost off the wall all the way through the corner and exit. Really have to unwind the wheel and take it to the wall.
All right, so thoughts from our 4 championship contenders. It sounds to me like they all went a little bit better.
Well, first of all, that's awesome TV. We've run enough laps for these guys to have a good feel for what they got. Bill, would you rather be a little tight right now or a little bit free? You think these things will trend tighter as the race goes on?
I think they might trend a little bit tighter.
Jeff Hensley with his eye on the prize.
And I love how Grant Enfinger really thinks this truck's pretty good. Right now running in the 16th spot.
He's gained 1 position since the start of the race. Carson Hocevar up 1 spot, but Ben Rhodes has gained 3 spots, running in the 3rd spot.
Yeah, he was very, very confident when I spoke to him earlier today about that truck. But I'm like you guys, I love what Grant was saying. We got something we can race him with. And he's back in traffic. That is even more impressive that he likes the way it feels with all those trucks around him.
Michael, we had fun calling the start of the race. Here we go for our first restart of the night. Watch how quickly they fan out. Corey Heim, Ty Majeski once again lead him for the restart. Ben Rhodes right up the middle.
Well, Ben Rhodes was a hair quick on jumping to the middle of that battle. Now look at him 3 wide for the lead.
NASCAR's real quick to call that lately. If you try to jump to start, we saw it at Miami. Ben was in a bit of a in a hurry there. Well, hopefully he kept it in line before he got to the start-finish line.
Yeah, you have to stay in line till you get to the start-finish line. You also can't lay back to try to get a little bit of a run on people either.
And NASCAR told us today, as a matter of fact, that the rules are the same tonight, and they're keeping an eye on those restarts, just like they have in the previous weeks where we've seen a lot of penalties.
Look at that craziness. You saw the sparks. That's those trucks bottoming off the road when they go down off the track. Getting the word from NASCAR, the start was clean. I'm so happy to hear that.
Me too.
So well done by Ben Rhodes, right? Quick reaction.
That 38 truck, talk in the garage area, maybe the fastest truck in the long run. We'll see if he can battle his way through this pack and get up and contend for the lead.
Look how far away those trucks on the outside are when Hocevar drops down all the way to the bottom.
And they all want the same space when they get to the turn. That's what makes it so crazy. Look at that spread out in the corner.
Carson not even using the racetrack.
19 truck there, the Napa Auto Care truck for Christian Eckes. He was good in practice as well.
Talk about Zane Smith, of course, defending series champion, and today that reign comes to an end, and he doesn't have a shot at defending it, but it's been one of those emotional days. As we know, he's moving on to Cup next year, skipping over the Xfinity Series, so he's been taking it all in today.
Look at Grant Enfinger creeping in on Carson, and they're tight there as Raja exit turn 2. Grant sees an opportunity to dive in and takes advantage of it.
Yeah, it stalled out Raja's momentum just enough for Grant to get a run on him.
Grant's up to the 11th spot, into the top 10 now with that pass.
On the bumper of Carson Hocevar, and you mentioned it, Grant Enfinger sounded the happiest of the 4 with his truck, and we're seeing him make moves now.
Right on the tailgate of that 42 truck of Hocevar.
How about Christian Eckes in the 19? What a season he has had. He put together some great runs, especially in the playoffs. It's been heartbreak for him the last few weeks, just mistakes, a couple of penalties, but we know the speed has been there for that team.
Yeah, we talk a lot about our championship 4, but we could have easily been talking about Christian Eckes, maybe Nick Sanchez being in his championship 4. I think this year was the hardest for me to pick 4.
Well, add Ty Majeski to that list.
Totally.
I mean, he would have been there as well. It's so difficult, such a competitive season.
So funny, we had a video, we asked all of the championship contenders when we started the playoffs, who's your championship 4? Nobody got it right, not even close. I think Corey Heim picked himself and got the other 3 completely wrong.
And he had good picks too.
He had really good picks. This year was especially hard. And who had Ben Rhodes? I mean, the streak that he had at bad races, who had him going to the championship 4? He got back together with Rich Lucius, the crew chief, by the way, that he won the championship with just 2 years ago, and they've just made it happen.
You did not have a top 15 finish in the round of 10, and in the round of 8 he finished 7th, 2nd, and 2nd.
Now here they are with a shot at winning their 2nd championship together, and I don't know about you guys, but I would love to see a post-race interview with Ben Rhodes like we saw a couple years ago. Goes down in the history books.
I'm glad we have it on video so he's able to see it.
I think he said the word libations. It had something to do with that.
They were good.
Great.
They were good.
Yes, it was. Ben Rhodes running 3rd right now. Corey Heim just ahead of him.
Remember, Corey Heim has the 98 of Majeski out ahead of him, but he's not worried about Majeski right now. He's not racing him for a championship as we watch Zane Smith try to grab a spot.
Down on the inside, making that move, put him up in the top 5 around Purdy in that 4 truck.
Chase Purdy with some good runs he's been putting together the last few weeks, and that reminds me, this is the last race for Kyle Busch Motorsports as we know it. He sold the team a couple of months ago. They made that announcement. They're moving over to Spire, but just want to say, you know, hats off to Kyle Busch, what he's meant to the truck series, what he's meant to the drivers, the future stars of the sport. 100 wins, over 50 different drivers. 2 of the 4 championship contenders on Sunday drove for Kyle Busch. So Kyle, thanks for all that you've done.
What about Matt Crafton? We talked about him in qualifying having a struggle. He said he liked his truck in the long run. He's all the way up. He's advanced several positions into 16th position, passing trucks on these on the start and the restart. Fast truck right now for Matt.
Matt Crafton up 10 spots, and he had the best interview earlier. He said, at my age of 47, I'm a nicer Matt. I'm just going to try a nicer side.
Let's give a shout out too to that 25 truck of Stephen Parsons. He had to go to the rear. He's gained 11 spots driving through the field in that 25. That's a backup truck, had a flat tire or something fell in the right front suspension last night in practice, had to change trucks. And doing a nice job early. Phil, that's your son, if you don't remember.
I do. So much. Really appreciate Rackley Roofing and folks for letting Stephen drive that truck.
21 races in, 21 laps in, 129 laps to go. And welcome back to the Craftsman 150 as Ty Majeski continues to lead. He's led them all so far, 26 laps and counting. Let's now get an update on our Championship 4. Here's Regan.
Well, JB, you heard Corey Heim say earlier on in the race that his truck was too loose in the center of the corner, too loose in as well. Now it has transitioned to too loose off of the corner. Crew Chief Scott Zipadelli told him earlier, I feel like the track is going to come to us, stick with it. He's been working with his driver adjustment tools inside the truck, meaning the fans and different things he can do to adjust that truck to help make it better. Josh?
I touched on it off the top of the race that Ben Rhodes came with a different setup for that truck than he had the last 2 years here. Despite being able to win the title with that setup and finish runner-up, they felt like they needed something different to contend this year. Well, right now, he's pretty happy with that truck. His biggest complaint, he needs more lateral grip, but the team told him the track will come to him. Regan?
Well, Carson Hocebar mentioning the tightness of that truck, causing him to not get to the bottom of the line, finish the corner off the way that he wants to since the restart after the most recent caution, though. Quiet on the radio, all good from Carson right now as he tries to work his way up through the pack. Amanda?
Well, looky there, Regan. Grant Enfinger has broken into the top 10, currently running in 9th. As we've gotten in some of these green flag laps, he is relaying to Jeff Hensley that the truck is starting to feel tight. They will make those adjustments at the pit stop, but Grant told me earlier today that one of the secret weapons he has is the tenure with that man right there, Jeff Hensley. He said they speak the same language.
Thank you, Amanda. They absolutely do. They just have this dynamic, this chemistry together. And that man, Jeff Hensley, has been around for so long. Won the 1990 Xfinity Championship with Chuck Brown. He's been in the Truck Series since '04. And to have another shot at it tonight with Grant Enfinger is pretty special.
Remember, they weren't together at the beginning of last year, but when they got back together, when Jeff came back to GMS, all of a sudden the results got better and better.
And think about where he's won this year. He won at Milwaukee. That's a track that's flat. It's a mile in length. Kind of reminds you a little bit of this place. He also won at Gateway. So he's got a lot of speed on the intermediate tracks, the flatter tracks. I think this team will be someone you're going to have to beat before this is over. He's got a good truck. He likes his truck. We'll see how it goes.
15 laps to go in stage number 1. Once again, we'll have stage breaks at 45, lap 90, and 150 will end the race, as long as we don't have an overtime.
This battle for third. Zane Smith has caught the 99 of Ben Rhodes, trying to grab that third spot. Ben's going to have a little bit of momentum on the high side.
Pretty consistently, the fastest truck on the track has been that 38 of Zane. Finally caught Ben, put him away. Now he's going to put his sights on the leaders.
Nice center of the corner that time for Zane.
What about Ben shifting there down in 3 and 4? We see that every now and then, not that often, but guys give that a whirl.
When they feel like the pace has got down so low, then they try to grab that third gear, get a little bit of a shot up off the corner.
Passing gear.
Passing gear, exactly.
That's what it is.
And you see the drivers highlighted, all 4 championship contenders now inside the top 10. Ty Majeski continues to lead, just 12 laps to go here in stage number 1. Laps in the books. This is the Craftsman 150 Championship race from Phoenix. Jamie Little, Phil Parsons, Michael Waltrip, Amanda Busick, Josh Sims, and Regan Smith. We got everybody covering the action here tonight. So we have 6 laps to go in stage number 1. Ty Majeski has led every lap so far. Corey Heim has hung on to that 2nd spot. Zane Smith on the move, though. Michael, you mentioned he's been turning fastest lap after fastest lap.
Yeah, and Corey Heim's cut the lead of Ty Majeski's to under a second. It was almost 2 seconds 5 or 6 laps ago. So as they work through traffic, as you can see, that's the difference there. Heim is on a roll. Talked about in the opening, he's the favorite to win this thing, and you can see a lot of speed in that 11 Toyota.
And a reminder, if you're just tuning in and you don't follow it all the time, you see those 4 drivers highlighted. It does not matter if they win the race or not. The one that finishes ahead of the other 3 will be crowned the champion.
And that's because they've earned that right. They've raced their way here to Phoenix as the championship 4 and can settle it among themselves. But I think I don't think you're going to have a hard time beating Corey Heim tonight. Rolling right now in the long run.
Consistently the fastest truck on the racetrack. You can see just about 3 truck lengths now behind Majeski.
I love that we don't have to do math tonight. Phil's not over here with smoke coming out of his pen, right?
Trying to figure out stage points and where they are.
We were busy cats at Homestead trying to figure out who was doing what late in that race, winding down with so much action and so tight on that cut line. The cut line is gone.
You said it. I didn't. I was going to say that.
Now it's time to just race for a championship.
Corey Heim closing that gap just a little bit on Ty Majeski. They've got that lap traffic as the laps wind down here for stage number 1.
You can see Majeski looking around. Stephen Parsons, Hangarani there just ahead of him, and those 2 trucks trying so desperately to stay on the lead lap. And then it's going to become a race between the 2 of those cats. If they're able to, if the leaders are going to lap them both, then can Stephen hang on to that spot ahead of Hangarani and be the free pass?
Looks pretty good right now.
Oh, loose there. You saw Majeski a little bit sideways as Heim tightens down on him.
Corey Heim is all over his bumper. 1.5 laps to go to the end of stage number 1. Corey Heim cuts the dog leg to the inside. Side by side they go. Final lap of stage number 1. Who's going to pick up the win here? So close.
Ooh.
Ty Majeski with the edge. He has led every lap so far tonight. And he's going to do it. There's the green and white checkered flag. He'll pick up stage win number 1. Corey Heim, 2nd, Zane Smith, 3rd, Ben Rhodes, and Nick Sanchez, your top 5.
Corey Heim is going to be a force to be reckoned with for sure. And remember, this is a little bit shorter run than our final stage of 60 laps. Again, assuming we don't get a caution flag during that stage.
First stage win for Ty Majeski since IRP. Can he hang on and win it all tonight? Find out after this.
Welcome back to Phoenix for the championship race. It's time for the first pit stops of the day. We start with the 99 of Ben Rhodes. His biggest complaint, he just needs more lateral grip. Says he's really loose on entry, especially in traffic. Going to take the right rear rubber out, and it looks like they're putting scuffs on. Amanda?
Well, Grant Enfinger just rolled up to his pit box. I do see sticker to Goodyear's. They're going to go on that 23 there towards the end of this first stage. Grant Enfinger was battling with the tightness of that truck. Jeff Hensley was saying, don't worry, bud, we're going to get it ready for you. They're going to do a little track bar adjustment, some air pressure, and he said, go, Cat, go. Regan?
Carson Hocevar in the 42 truck started off very good, but that truck fell off a cliff toward the end of the run. Needed more speed on the backside. Crew Chief Bill Gould said, I know exactly what to do for that. And the 11 to Corey Heim, not bad. Little tight center, but doesn't want any change.
Wow, what a long pit stop for Ben Rhodes. Running right up front. He's going to come out probably in 20th. Way back, you see the orange truck right there leaving the pits. They said they're going to take a rubber out of the right rear, and it took longer than I think they thought it would.
That's what's so hard about making adjustments that take extra time. Obviously, air pressure adjustments don't take any extra time.
Pit stops are complete. We'll bring him back and drop the green flag once again from Phoenix Raceway. Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship race from Phoenix. So we just saw our first round of pit stops, and Corey Heim gained a spot, so he'll restart as the leader. Ben Rhodes, though, some issues, slid back, lost about 6 spots. Grant Enfinger now just behind him. Carson Hocevar with a pretty decent stop for him.
Yeah, Carson gained 4 spots on that pit stop.
Ben got out better than I thought he was after that long adjustment they made, and then a little bit of potential contact as he exited pit road. We listened to the radio, and he was upset about something that Jake Garcia did, possibly.
Getting ready for the restart. Corey Heim starting on the outside of Ty Majeski. What a battle this was down to the end of stage number 1. Let's see. Corey Heim said he didn't want any adjustments. We'll see if the truck is as good as it was at the end of stage 1. Here we go.
4 or 5 wide.
Ooh, a little contact there. Carson Hocevar took a little shot from Eckes.
Here comes Zane Smith in the 3rd spot.
Where's Crafton going?
Ty Majeski.
He was doing good till he got to the painted asphalt.
That was crazy.
Zane Smith has been one we've been watching all day long. We've heard he was the truck to beat tonight. Here he is now battling for the 2nd spot.
Derek Kraus just ahead of Ben Rhodes after Ben's problems on pit road.
There's Jesse Love, the 1 truck. Jesse, newly crowned ARCA Menard Series champion. Moving on to the Xfinity Series next year.
Look at this gaggle of trucks. There's Grant Enfinger taking a look to the inside of Christian Eckes.
Grant talked about how much he liked his truck early in this race. Got an adjustment there.
Caution is out for the 3rd time. The 30 just destroys it. That's Chris Hacker.
Flat right rear. I don't know if that was the beginning or the end. Looks like the wheel's bent there. Maybe some contact.
It sure looks like it.
Oh, Marco Andretti.
Marco is having a rough go at it tonight. Running back there in about the 31st position. Now he's got a lot of damage, as you see the AMR safety crew.
Yeah, terminal damage for that 30 truck for sure.
Yeah, that thing's totaled.
Marco might be able to make some repairs and get back out.
Chris Hacker from Noblesville, Indiana, making his 5th start this season. Glad to see he's out okay. We'll step aside. 94 laps to go from Phoenix. Corey Heim, Zane Smith, your leaders. Welcome back to Phoenix Raceway. As you see the championship 4, the 4-box, all running in the top 13 right now. As you see, Corey Heim is now the leader. He's led 10 laps and counting. It is a championship night. We're going to crown one of these 4 drivers here not too long from now, boys.
Great onboard views of these guys, differing issues during the course of the race. Big adjustment for Ben Rhodes has got him outside the top 10. We're under caution because of a wreck that started way up on the back straightaway. Right there, you can see trucks getting out of control.
You wonder if maybe somebody tried to crowd in and maybe move up when he wasn't clear, but you see the 7 of Marco Andretti on the inside. There's Chris Hacker, the 30, with hard contact to the safer barrier.
And you see Chris Hacker in his response, shaking a finger at Marco Andretti.
It looked like possibly Marco changed lanes a little bit and caught Hacker, but it's hard to tell back in traffic there.
Glad to see him out of that truck though and okay.
A lot of cleanup there as we continue here. There's Marco Andretti, best known for being an IndyCar driver, and of course, that famous last name. Mario Andretti is his grandfather. Michael Andretti is his dad, and he'll take that ride to the infield care center before we can hear from him. Well, we'll step aside. Stage number 2, 15 laps in, 45 laps will end it. Corey Heim continues to lead.
I proudly served my country, but struggle in civilian life. U.S. Vets helped me when I needed it the most. I am now an artist with a place to call home. Join U.S. Vets on their mission to end veteran homelessness. Make Camel your cause to honor U.S. Vets.
Fox Sports proudly salutes our nation's veterans and the organizations that serve them every day. Our veterans deserve to live with dignity and independence, not on the streets. That's why we're making Camo our cause this Veterans Day in support of and to honor U.S. Vets campaign. Post wearing your camo on social with hashtag HonorUSVets and visit honor.usvets.org/FoxForward to donate and learn how you can help end veteran homelessness. And we thank all of our veterans. We always have so many at each and every racetrack. A lot of fans out there.
And Fox Sports always supports our veterans, great causes. Just a great time to say thank you.
It really is. We welcome you back here to Phoenix Raceway. We're under caution for the third time for the incident with Chris Hacker and Marco Andretti.
That was a big crash for Hacker.
Yeah, significant contact. A couple good stories up in the top 10, though. Taylor Gray right now running 5th in the 17 truck, and Jake Garcia running 6th in the 35.
So you see our Championship 4 highlighted in gold. Do you feel like they're feeling any pressure?
We need a hero.
And I've handled the pressure, I think, pretty well so far.
Yeah, I mean, I feel a lot of pressure with this weekend being probably the biggest race of my life.
Honestly, like, there's pressure all the time.
Usually, for me, when I start to kind of feel the butterflies will be before the race, right before intros, as we're going to hop in the back of the pace trucks. Everybody else at this point is being carted off in the back of the trucks, and they're taking their ride around, and the last 4 playoff guys are still loading up.
I feel like I'm a person that really focuses on myself, so that's the main way I subside the pressure. You know, just to be able to focus on the things that matter and that are in my control is the main thing that I kind of focus on going into this weekend.
People are coming around, they're high-fiving, getting ready, they're saying, hey, you know, good job tonight. Don't ruin the opportunity, something stupid like that.
My past, I really feel like that pressure makes me better. I really like being in this position. I've always, you know, felt pressure being a good thing, and it motivates me to be better.
I don't feel any pressure. You know, I think we're plenty capable of winning a championship. We've won the most races.
I know there's going to be pressure, but there's pressure every week. I don't know if there's going to be an excessive amount of pressure that we're not expecting.
It's the fanfare beforehand that gets the people. But once I'm in the truck, I'm at home.
And that's what I love about racing and about sports. Everybody faces pressure. They all handle it and they feel it at different places. But, you know, like Ben Rhodes said, it all goes away once you get in your truck, you strap in, and you put that helmet on.
Yeah, flip that switch and start that motor.
But Corey Heim is putting a little more pressure on the other 3 by putting his truck up front and being so fast. But there's a lot of racing left, and we've seen so many twists and turns here in this championship battle at Phoenix over the years.
Corey Hyman, 21 years old, just how he carries himself, how he handles himself in different positions and situations. It's been incredible to watch, and he's doing it once again tonight as he'll restart on the outside. Zane Smith on the inside. First time Zane Smith is restarting on the front row. Let's see what he can do with it as green flag waves once again.
Great start by Zane down on the bottom, able to go door to door with Heim toward turn 1. Sparks flying, trucks going side by side. Craziness.
Spectacular restarts. How much fun is this? Corey Heim gets the edge over Zane Smith. Taylor Gray up there in the mix. Ty Majeski swapping back and forth for that top 3 position.
How about Grant Enfinger right now in the 5th spot?
The best he's been all night. He's been confident. He hasn't wavered at all about what he believed he had in that truck.
See Grant now battling the 17 of Taylor Gray for that 4th spot, and he has it.
And a side-by-side battle just ahead of him as Ty Majeski's gotten on the outside of Zane, and will take that spot.
Let's get an update on Grant Enfinger. Amanda.
After that last pit stop, Grant Enfinger tells his team it is time to go now. I will be in the top 5 by the start of stage 3.
Well, he called his shot here. We're in stage number 2, and he's up to 4th. And the one man outside the top 10 right now, Ben Rhodes. And we talked about it on that pit stop. They made a large adjustment. It took a little bit longer than expected. He fell out about 6 spots.
There's that 99 truck just behind Derek Kraus in the 77. Good run for Derek up inside the top 10. There's Rich Lucius on the box.
You wonder what's going through his mind right now.
He's putting himself in a position where he might have to do something crazy like we've seen him do so many times.
He's not afraid to do it either.
And Michael, you called it the call of the year at Homestead.
No doubt.
Bringing his driver in.
That's why he's racing for a championship, that pit call.
And these two know how to get it done. Ben Rhodes, Rich Lucius, 2 years ago, they were the champions here at Phoenix. Let's get an update on Ben Rhodes. Josh.
Yeah, and you guys are talking about Rich Lucius being able to be calm in certain scenarios and make some calls that'll get Ben Rhodes back in the game. Well, I talked to him about it, and he says before races we go over all different scenarios, so they aren't just pulling a rabbit out of a hat, so to speak. They plan for these sort of things. He said the most important thing I have to do is be confident in my decision, relay that to the driver, because my confidence will spill over to the rest of the team, guys.
Into the top 10. Josh goes, Ben. He makes the move around Kraus. So the thing that I love about that is when the crew chief makes a call, wow, look at that damage. The crew chief makes a call, the driver's got to trust him. He's got to go do his job, and that's just exactly how that works between Ben and Rich.
He's got a tire rub. That's Raja Caruth. A couple of laps ago, he got together with the 41 of Bailey Curry. Coming off the corner here.
Raja's going to try to get the outside. Bailey is going to use the racetrack and move up the hill. Made contact with the left front corner of Raja's truck.
Battle over the same real estate. You see the outcome.
Got a tire rub as well. We'll see if that clearances itself. Sometimes that'll happen, but I think that might be enough damage where he could have some issues, because that front end is loose. It's just going to blow back into that tire.
Yeah, and aero-wise, that's certainly not helping. Speeds upwards of 150 miles an hour at the end of these straightaways.
Caruth back there shown in the 24th spot. This young man has shown some promise this year. We haven't heard about plans for next year, so we're not sure. Once GMS, his team, closes its doors after this race tonight, we haven't really talked about that, but that's been heavy on a lot of people's minds for GMS and what they've done in this sport, and they too are moving on. So Grant Enfinger, he tells us he has a ride full-time for next year. We just don't know what it is exactly yet.
Escobar right now inside the top 10, running 8th. And we talked about KBM, Kyle Busch Motorsports, being sold to Spire. 100 wins, well, 45 wins for GMS. Two strong long-term teams that we're losing here from the Truck Series.
Maura Gallagher, the founder and owner of that team from Las Vegas, Nevada, his heart and soul so much into the Truck Series. We thank him for all he's done. 2 championships, but his focus is on Legacy Motor Club, and that's in the Cup Series on Sundays. Regan.
Well, Jamie, the leader of Corey Heim in the 11 truck, we made a lot of him locking himself so early into this championship of course, at Bristol over a month ago. The team had a lot of time to work on a lot of different packages with that truck, handling and setup packages. Well, when it was all said and done, they went back to the very first thing that they went to the simulator with, where they test those packages out. All that time, they went back to their original plan. What was tried and true from the beginning is what they're running right now. The latest report from Corey, that truck is really good out front. He likes it.
It's a nice call from Scott Cipodelli. Sometimes maybe you have too much time on your hands to think and overthink your setups. Well, Corey Heim continues to lead with just 15 laps to go in stage number 2. Can he hang on and become the champion? We'll find out. Under caution here at Phoenix Raceway. This is caution number 4 for an incident with Tyler Hill. Take a look at what exactly happened, but he had quite a bit of damage on that left front fender.
Ooh, look at this.
Pit stops, guys.
Mixing it up.
Yeah, they're in their window. They know they can make it to the end.
I figured Lucius would pit. I didn't know all of them would come. I thought they might just ride it out. See how many elected to stay out. Looks like a lot of our championship contenders maybe did stay out. Here comes Hocevar Regan. What are they saying on the radio?
Well, Michael, they decided it was time for them to come make more adjustments to Carson Hocevar's truck. Just losing grip all around the racetrack. He can't roll the center, has to wait on the throttle. Just been a challenge all weekend long to get that truck exactly to his liking. They're going to work on it a little bit more right now.
Well, I like that call. Take advantage of it. Get your truck better.
That's fun. We got it. Now we're going to have a totally mixed up lineup when this stage ends, as these drivers will elect to stay out. Stuart Friesen, we saw him have trouble early. He was on pit road here.
So we mentioned we're under caution for Tyler Hill. This is what happened.
It's up against the wall. Not sure if there was contact that precipitated that or not. Let's see if we can take a look here. He's already up against the wall. I didn't see any trucks really that close to him, so certainly makes it look like a one truck incident.
And the team was able to tape it up and keep him on the road. Tyler's a lap down.
Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, Zane Smith. You see all of our leaders opted to stay out.
Looks like about maybe 19, 20 trucks stayed.
I love
racetrack.
I love it that of the championship 4, Corey Heim's really the only one that's really been satisfied with his truck, even though he said it wasn't perfect early. When it came time to pit, no, leave it alone. It's good. I like her. She's coming to me as this race goes on. Well, Sunday on Fox, it's one of the biggest games of the year. Dallas versus Philly. Dak versus Jalen. And America's game of the week. The next chapter in this historic rivalry kicks off Sunday at 4 Eastern on Fox. And kids having some fun throwing the old football.
The Lions bye week, that's why they're not.
Hey, they were in the promo last week. You got to take it when you can get it, Phil, all right?
Absolutely.
What a year they've been having, though.
Mm-hmm.
I love your head coach.
Me too.
I like how
he
coaches those athletes, fires them up, Michael.
Yeah,
He's fit himself. I wouldn't mess with that man.
NFL on Fox is so fun to watch on Sunday afternoons. Gonna be a good winter of football.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Let's choose it up, guys. We know where Heim's gonna go up top. Pretty much split. And that's because you can go anywhere. You can go everywhere. So you don't want to give up a lane. Carson to the bottom there.
I like restarting from the outside when you have the choice like Corey Heim. We saw that play out earlier today in the ARCA Menard Series race. Every restart, the outside prevailed.
How about Tricon Garage and what they've been able to do this year with Johnny Gray and David Gilliland? Changed the name, added a couple of trucks, switched over to Toyota.
And added Corey Heim.
Added Corey Heim. He went from Kyle Busch Motorsports over to Tricon, brought on Scott Zipadelli. Scott told me, he said, there he is right there in the middle, said he had something to prove to himself. He had a struggle of a year last year, made a change for his life, his career, and it's paid off. It's just, it's like lightning in a bottle, you know, when you get that kind of relationship and that chemistry with a young driver like Corey Heim.
And Corey Heim, even though he's only 21 years old, he's mature beyond his years. He doesn't seem like a 21-year-old.
And he announced he'll be coming back to Tricon for another year in the Truck Series, no matter how it turns out tonight. So here we go. This has been fun. The restarts. Ty Majeski on the inside of Corey Heim. There's that 38 lurking. And Grant Enfinger on the second row. 4 wide behind him. Corey Heim with a great restart as they head down into turn 1. 3 wide. Here comes Grant Enfinger.
Look at Carson Hocevar. He's back in about 12th position in that baby blue truck on the inside. You see him coming up on the back straightaway there. He's got the fresher tires. How far can he go in just a few laps?
Look at the 4th truck back, the orange. The 99 of Ben Rhodes, who lost those positions on pit road. He's worked his way up just on the outside of the top 5.
We talked at the very top of the show how important tires were
We're going to get a preview of that.
Exactly, right now.
From Carson Hocevar working. Oh, look at Grant. Slips and loses some positions.
There goes the 99 around him. Carson Hocevar riding on board right now. He pitted from the 8th position, restarted 12th. He's got 4 tires, as you guys mentioned. Let's see what they can do for him here.
Look how fast that Bama Buggies truck was off turn 4. Big jump ahead as he goes into the inside of Jesse Love in the 1.
Christian Eckes is up to the 5th spot, actually racing from 4th right now. He pitted the same time Hocevar did for 4 tires. There he is right there.
Hocevar hasn't gone anywhere, but you mentioned it, Phil. Christian is on a roll.
Christian Eckes, the 3-time winner this season. He had that mad mustache going on, and it was sad to see, actually, that he shaved it off because he knew that his championship hopes were done, but he could still go out with a bang. Still end tonight with a win. Looks like they've gotten that truck a little bit better.
So Chase Purdy way down on the bottom of the racetrack. Another one of those trucks that stopped for tires. Looks like he was going to get by Grant Enfinger.
Look how fast Majeski is right now. Able to pull right up on the back of Zane as Grant battles alongside of Chase Purdy.
See the new tires prevail right there for Chase Purdy in the Ford truck.
Carson Hocevar making his way up. Hasn't made up a ton of ground yet.
Really interesting, the thinking of a driver when he gets those fresh tires. He tries to make a couple big moves and they don't work. Do you just sort of settle in a little bit and know that you're going to stay out on those tires, get track position, maybe don't try to burn them up. We see Eckes, he's hammered down. He's not worried about saving any tires.
Yeah, consistently one of the fastest trucks on the racetrack.
As we come around here, it'll be 2 laps to go in stage number 2. Ty Majeski took stage 1. See if Corey Heim can hang on here to pick up stage number 2. Heim has now led 39 laps.
It's got to be a great feeling for Corey, other than the fact that Zane's faster than him right now.
Other than that 38 truck right on his tailgate.
Ty Majeski back in 3rd, just turned the fastest lap of the race. And now Zane Smith with the fastest lap.
Many of us had Zane Smith and Ty Majeski in our championship 4, and they're right there on the bumper of Corey Heim, heating him up.
As Jamie mentioned earlier, many of our championship 4 also thought those guys were going to be in the championship 4.
Final lap, checker flag, green and white is in the air. Corey Heim picks up another stage win on the season. Zane Smith, Ty Majeski, Christian Eckes, and Taylor Gray round out the top 5 for stage number 2. So we'll step aside. Corey Heim has been the man. See if he can hang on. Come back. We've got plenty more racing from Phoenix. Welcome back to the Craftsman 150, and what a beautiful night in Phoenix, Arizona. Just doesn't get better than this. So comfortable. There's snow in the Midwest, snow on the East Coast. This is where you want to be. Well, Michael, earlier on the start of the show, I asked you, if you're the other three drivers, how do you beat Corey Heim? So this is an opportunity right now. Do you pit? Do you make adjustments? There's our three crew chiefs that are pondering the same question.
Well, one shot's already been fired, and that's Phil Gould for Carson Hocevar. They decided to pit. They're the only one of our championship contenders that did so. And I don't know right now. It's a little bit early to say, but I think it was a good call because we didn't see a lot of fall off. The leaders didn't really, the new tires didn't make that progress, and they're getting ready to capture a whole lot of track position is Carson Hocevar. So I think that was a great call. Now, these two other crew chiefs, they need adjustments. They're not fast enough to run with Corey Heim. And that's what they're pondering. They're going to pit, hopefully make the right call, make the right adjustments. And who knows, Corey Heim's going to get hung back in traffic. What's his truck going to be like?
Yeah, there are 17 or 18 trucks that came down pit road. If they don't come back to pit road, then Corey Heim will restart behind all those trucks.
This is a fun part of the race for us fans. Pits are going to be open this time. We're going to see a big shuffle in the lineup, and we'll have to see what that number 11 truck's like when he gets back in traffic.
Little bit of strategy, perhaps, to play into it. 56 laps to go in the championship race.
Christian Eckes will inherit the lead when these guys come to pit road.
Pits are open. Josh, they're headed your way.
Let's start with the 99 of Ben Rhodes. His biggest complaint, he's loose on entry to turn one when running the wall. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment to try and help him out. Last stop, they took scuffs. This time, they're going to put stickers on. Amanda?
Brandon Fingers making his way to his pit box, and Jeff Henley said in the adjustments of what's going to happen in strategy, he said, I don't care who's going to stop, we're stopping. Brandon Finger wanted a little more adjustments that was made in stage 2, but said, Jeff, I trust you and I trust this track. Regan?
The 11 of Corey Heim started free that run, ended neutral though. Overall, long runs, the truck gets tighter as he goes, so they're not going to make any changes for it. They're going to let it see how it plays out right now and try to get him a good stop here.
All right, Regan. So I heard what we heard last pit stop. No adjustments for Corey Heim.
Well, he's
taken a long time.
Been dominant, but not only did he lose a lot of positions by staying out, you could see crew's not happy with that pit stop.
Some frustration. Something went wrong on the 11 pit stop. We're going to step aside. We'll re-rack them and drop the green flag. 55 laps to go. Stay with us.
One night.
One race.
One goal. I will do whatever it
Takes
To become a champion.
It's time for Phoenix.
Let's win another one.
This is my chance.
I won't back down.
Let's do this.
One stage remaining here for the championship. The one driver of the 4 championship contenders who finishes ahead of the other 3 takes home the title. And for the first time tonight, Corey Heim is not the leader. An issue on pit road has Carson Hocevar right now running in 4th, and he is the best of the 4.
And that's a strategy call. We saw Hocevar stay out. That gained him all this track position. But here's what went wrong with Heim. He slides through his pits. See the back tires lock up? He's supposed to stop on that red line. He's obviously a foot or 2 inside of that red line. And watch, when they go around to the other side, there's just no choreography. They can't do their jobs like they're trained to because he's too close to the wall, causing them to lose valuable time.
So he's not only a foot ahead of it, but he's about a foot over toward the left side of the wall, which made everything cramped and made it take longer than expected. So he slipped back about 17 positions.
Well, this is what I'm interested in seeing. What's this truck going to be like in traffic? Can he just cut through the field? I don't think so, Phil. I think track position is more important than the truck that he showed earlier.
I don't remember now. Most of those trucks in front of him pitted before. That's why he's behind them. Zane Smith was actually the only truck that beat him off the pit road with that miscue.
Zane Smith's a fast truck. You can't afford to give up any spots if you're after a championship. We'll see how it goes.
Restart here for Christian Eckes, Chase Purdy. Green flag is in the air once again.
Look at that mess behind him.
Oh my goodness, what are we, 8
6,
wide?
7, 8 wide.
Look at Ben Rhodes getting squeezed there.
Down into turn 1, Christian Eckes checks out. You see the 88, Matt Crafton, welcome to the top 10.
Look at Corey Heim, squeezing up through the middle of trucks. Look at that battle. There's Heim down on the bottom.
Grant Enfinger all over the bumper of Corey Heim.
Ben Rhodes shifting gears, making passes. He knows how important it is to stay up, keep up with that 11 truck. Enfinger to the bottom on Rhodes.
3 championship contenders right there. You can almost throw a blanket over him at one moment.
Look at them, they're 3 wide underneath the racing surface.
Watch this 99 truck. He put this trouble.
Caution.
They're crashing up top.
He was a pinball in the middle of that action, and the caution is out for the 6th time for this. The 66, Connor Jones.
I think it's Jake Drew in the 61 truck.
I mean,
the other truck involved.
How they made it 2 or 3 laps prior to that happening is just amazing. You saw that action with Ben Rhodes. It was like that throughout the whole field.
Battling for the 16th position when they got together. Jake Drew, an ARCA Menards West champion. 6th Truck Series start.
Those trucks are mangled.
They are. You see Jake climbing out of his truck right now.
See where this began.
Looked like Connor Jones just drove in there and ran into the 61 of Jake Drew. You see Haley Deegan turn around there. Nearly hit by the 20, I think, of Nick Lights.
Big crashes tonight, huh?
They have been.
Great job by the 20 squeezing through there.
So they come to a rest on the racetrack just before the start-finish line. But there's action all over the racetrack, and these hits have been brutal back in the pack.
Like Michael said, I don't know how we ran 2 or 3 laps before something like this happened.
And Ben Rhodes, we were looking at the replay of his restart when this crash happened. I mean, he was really in a bind. I think he might have been 6 wide at one point during that restart, and he was hammered down, shifting gears, trying to gain positions.
I was watching. This truck obviously is bright orange, and he looked like he was getting squeezed from the inside and the outside.
Let's watch this again. There's the restart. Look at him squeezing in this hole that doesn't look like it's even there. and still gunning it. There's the 66 of Jones.
And the 61 of Jake Drew. Look how tight they are.
This is just before the contact.
And look on the bottom, there's Corey Heim just trying and hoping he can clear, but watch here. Ben grabs a gear, squeezes in that hole. That's amazing.
He knows it's time to go. He's got to stay in contact with that 11 truck of Corey Heim.
AMR safety team talking to their drivers, and the drivers talking to each other. So 47 laps to go. We're being told those trucks are actually stuck together. So this could take a moment to separate the two.
Just glad those drivers were able to get out.
So the AMR crew is trying to figure out how to separate the two trucks and remove them from the track. We'll be back from Phoenix. Thank you, Caitlin. Yes, you see right there, Carson Hosbar leads the way in fourth right now. You see Corey Heim made up a little bit of ground. He's shown currently in the 11th spot. So, boys, it's been fun. They're working their guts out.
It's been crazy. That restart was worth the price of admission right there.
I think we're getting ready to get another one here, too.
And it's going to be just as crazy. We know how important it is to gain that track position when they're all stacked up. And Corey Heim, Ben Rhodes were the star of the show on that restart. Grant Enfinger also keeping pace. He's in the 12th position just behind Heim.
43 laps to go before we decide the champion. And there's Corey Heim with his work cut out for him.
Trying to save a little fuel.
You hear it.
Isn't that funny? You get a caution, you think it's a break. No, not anymore. You know, the drivers always have things they have to do, have to accomplish. The crews are shouting instructions, so you got to be on your game from the time the green flag flies till the checkers.
So as we're under caution for the 6th time, here's another look at what happened.
Well, we saw synchronized driving. A lot of people just all over each other, but keeping it all together. But in that case, it looked like the 66 might have just dove in there a little too hard, and they made heavy contact. As you see, we're choosing it up.
Some collect Haley Deegan as an innocent bystander there.
See, Matt Crafton has made his way up into the top 10 with some really aggressive moves on the restarts.
He's been so fun to watch.
Yeah, and you know, if you look who's at the very bottom in turns 1 and 2, it's always that bright yellow truck. He's cutting it lower than anyone else. There you can see the veteran 47-year-old Matt Crafton turned over a new leaf. He says he's nice, Matt, now.
I love that. Let's get a couple quick thoughts before we go green. Once again, here's Regan.
Well, Jamie, keep an eye on this restart. The 42 of Carson Hocevar really did not want the bottom. You see him down there. That truck has not been firing off very good on the bottom. And he and the Corey Heim, both, the crew chiefs have been telling both drivers, make sure you keep the tires clean. A lot of rubber buildup under these yellows on the trucks. Amanda?
Sharing that same language. It's been super fun listening to Jeff Hensley and Grant Enfinger tonight. He made up 13 spots on that restart and hollered at his team, I'm not giving up yet. They haven't raised this checkered flag just yet. And Jeff Hensley said, I haven't given up either, bud.
He's already said, I won't back down.
It's that time of the night you're going to start singing, huh, Mikey?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You sing all the time. They just don't hear it at home.
Championship weekend's got me all jazzed up.
Just over 40 laps to go here.
Christian Eckes will lead him once again on this restart, and look who's joining him. The 2 of Nick Sanchez. Haven't even talked about him tonight as they fan out 4, 5, 6 wide once again.
There's Matt Crafton way down on the inside. Now he's going to tuck in behind Chase Purdy.
Here comes Carson Hocevar squeezing right through the middle. A little bit of contact.
Look at Sanchez taking it to Eckes for the lead of this race.
You have to be aggressive on these restarts.
Jake Garcia there in 3rd, having a great run again.
Zane Smith drove around Carson Hocevar.
The options on this track, it never gets old watching, cutting the dog legs, saving that time. The guy's up high.
Only problem now, Jamie, is this getting late, and these drivers know it, and they're squeezing in holes that aren't there.
Hello,
you can see
through.
right through the middle.
I'm Corey Heim. I'm racing for a championship. And oh yeah, Grant Enfinger coming with me.
That was a great move. But Corey.
There's a great look of the different options and all the sparks. It's so rough on these trucks when they drop down below that.
These trucks are tough. And the truckers are too.
Remember, Zane Smith came out right in front of Corey Heim on that last pit stop. Zane is up to 5th. Corey's back in 10th.
Look at the 99 of Ben Rhodes.
That's what you call going for it. He dove in there a little bit hard, didn't stick, but he was making a move, and look at him trying to get to the bottom.
Let's watch Ben Rhodes in the 11. Corey Heim on the restart. Whoop. Just a little kiss.
Oh, chain reaction there.
Look, Majeski was a little slow.
There's Ben making the move to the bottom.
Ben Rhodes back in 15th right now. All 4 championship contenders shown outside the top 5 for the first time, I think, tonight.
Ooh, a little bit of contact there, a little bit of a nudge.
I would say Ben Rhodes has his elbows up right now.
What about Carson Hocevar? Not able to make any ground here. He had on those slightly, oh, that's going to get tight. Had on those slightly older tires, has the track position, but Corey Heim is just one truck behind him now and working really hard to regain control of this championship battle.
about Stuart Friesen? Went around earlier in the race. Now up in the 5th spot. The 99 of Ben Rhodes.
Hello, I'm here. I need this space.
Just a little bit of space.
Gotta love that about racing. You may be racing for a championship, but you gotta race everybody else at the same time. You don't see that in other sports.
There's Corey Heim. We're on board with him. Just up ahead of him is that light blue truck of Carson Hocevar. That's his target.
That's the championship leader right now is Carson Hocevar.
You have to be better than the 3 other competitors, and he knows it. He's got his sights set as he closes that gap on the 42. The 11 trying to get around Carson Hocevar.
A little fresher tires on that 11 truck right there. You can see left side of your screen, their last pit stop. Corey Heim pitted on 95. Everybody in front of him, other than Zane Smith, on 79. And he's going to get to the outside. He's not going to make it.
Wow, that was an aggressive move by Hocevar. He said, I'm not letting you up there, buddy. I'm going to cut you off. Corey Heim let that happen then. He knows he has a faster truck. I think a little bit of patience right here from Heim would be wise. Don't get in a battle that takes you out of this chance to be a champion.
We haven't seen a whole lot of mistakes from Corey Heim all season long, which is why he has a streak of 15 consecutive top 10 finishes. He's trying to make up for that last mishap on pit road, and he's doing a nice job. A lot of patience here as he tries to get around the 42 of Carson Hocevar to put him in championship form here.
He might do it right here, Jamie.
And he does it.
Big dive. Will there be a crossover here from Carson?
Don't think he's going to be able to fight back.
Corey Heim makes it stick. He moves into the 6th spot. He is now the leader of the 4 championship contenders. Carson Hocevar behind him. And a tap.
That was a big dive into the corner. Got my attention.
Not far behind him, guys. Grant Enfinger in 10th and Ben Rhodes in 11th.
They're all within 5 positions of each other right now.
Oh, and he spins him. Carson Hocevar gets into the back of Corey Heim and brings out the caution, the 7th one tonight. Heim is backwards on the racetrack. So is Stuart Friesen.
I really don't understand that.
Well, he dove into turn 3 and popped him and went down in turn 1 and just spun him out.
And he's frustrated.
Well, I mean, I feel the same way he does.
How do you think Corey Heim feels right now?
Well, a good thing about Heim is he didn't get any damage. He spun sideways.
I didn't mean to hit him. I did not mean to do that. I thought he was going to take a bigger arc.
But the bad news, Michael, you saw Corey Heim falling.
But I'm saying he doesn't have any damage. He hit Friesen. Friesen went into the wall. Corey, I don't think has any damage. He's going to come and get 4 tires for sure. This could be really fun to watch. We still got 30 to go. I don't call him out yet.
No, I don't. Without a doubt, he's not out yet. And I think you're right. I think he comes and gets 4 tires here.
You see Corey Heim on the left side of your screen.
But do our other championship contenders come in and get 4 tires as well?
This was just over aggression.
Well, he gave him the 1 tap.
This was just spun him out.
And then moments later, that.
But watch Heim. Slides. No contact. The big loser in that crash was Stuart Friesen. He didn't have anything to do with anything. Just got wiped out.
Your Corey's going to have just a slight bit of damage on the right rear corner where he got into Stuart. But shouldn't really affect how that truck runs. But tough break for Stuart Friesen, who is having another good run here at Phoenix.
On board with Carson Hocevar from his vantage point.
You see how much he slid up to get to the 11 of Corey Heim, a full lane up.
Corey had done a nice job of running down Carson, made the pass cleanly. I guarantee you Corey didn't see this coming.
No, sure did.
Right there, just up the hill.
Polish it up.
Okay, bud, just take a deep breath. Reset. Reset. We can do this.
He can do this, and I think what he has to do now, Phil, is just put that behind him. Go win the race. Come get those tires, Regan, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Well, Michael, you heard how calm they were on the radio right there. That's how it has been the entire time since he was spun out. Gonna check the right rear to make sure there's no damage. Give that a good tug to make sure it doesn't have any issues as the race goes on. Otherwise, the truck has been very good, but impressive from Scott Zipadelli and spotter Tony Hirschman, how they have kept their driver in the game and how their driver has stayed in the game to get refocused right here.
Need to make sure that fender's plenty clearance. We know how important that area of the truck is. They're running upwards of 150, 60 miles an hour, so aerodynamics do matter. You don't want that right rear caved in. Looks like the team did a nice job of pulling it out.
Yeah, you don't want it bloused out too much either to act like a parachute.
Cool, calm, and collected. We'll see if it'll be enough to get to the front. 28 laps to go from Phoenix. Getting down to business here in the Craftsman Truck Series. About 25 laps to go. Who will be crowned the champion? Major turn of events. As you saw, Carson Hocevar getting to the back of Corey Heim. He's showing his 21st. Carson Hocevar second right now, Regan.
It's been a busy radio for Carson Hocevar. Take a listen to what the team had to tell him.
I imagine there's no question that was on me, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was holding you down like we were holding him down. Just got into his left rear.
Need to shake it off here, bud. Refocus. Yeah, man, I don't want it.
They've been trying to get him refocused, get his head back in the game. There's still a championship to win here.
Trying to keep their driver in the game. Hard to shake that one off. As we're ready to go here, Nick Sanchez on the outside. He'll be the lead truck over Carson Hocevar on the bottom side of the racetrack. And green flag in the air once again. Great restart by Nick Sanchez, something we've seen all year long. 5-6 wide again.
Terrible restart for Hocevar. Falling back through the field.
3 wide up front. Ooh, contact
tight.
up
and
there.
They're still wrecking. How did they keep them straight?
Like Sanchez ran Majeski into the outside wall.
Christian Eckes, I think, got a piece of that as well. Jesse Love up there in the 6th spot.
How about, is that Ben Rhodes?
Ben Rhodes to the 4th position.
and going forward right here.
They have been working on this race truck. Ben Rhodes has been up front. He's been in the back, middle of the pack. Here he is in third spot, and right now in championship form. If he can hang on here and stay ahead of the other three, he will be crowned champion for the second time. And there's contact once again up front. Nick Sanchez, Zane Smith.
Wow, what action.
Watch the 42 up front. See what happens to him on the restart.
Got pushed sideways by the 98.
And
look at that orange number. Yeah, he's coming.
Bright orange truck right up the middle, and watch Hocevar just fade. He's all the way back to 18th, outside the top 15. And there's contact. Hard into the outside wall goes Majeski.
Ben Rhodes was really aggressive on this restart. There's Hocevar, the 42. Watch Ben Rhodes just drive right by.
Golly. We don't need another caution. I can't handle these restarts. It's too crazy. Right now, Ben Rhodes and Grant Enfinger racing for a championship. There's Rhodes. Oh, trouble, Stephen Parsons.
Big crash in turn 3. 3 trucks involved. Stephen Parsons, you see there, the 41 as well. That's Bailey Curry. And the 43 of Daniel Dye.
Wow, that's not what Rich Lucius wanted to see. He's like me. Let's just run this thing out. I think we got in a pretty good spot.
Did you just see or just say, Michael, you can't stomach another restart?
I didn't want that because it's only going to get worse. They're just going to keep. It's going to be like the Xfinity race at Martinsville. They just keep pushing and shoving until there's nobody left hardly. This is a big crash. You see the oil running, water from the radiator running down the racetrack. This is going to take some time to clean up. Meanwhile, Corey Heim up to 12th. Don't forget him. I told you he wasn't out of it. And they're going to hear from him before this is over.
Meanwhile, Carson Hocevar back in 18th after that restart.
Does Stephen Parsons get turned here? Yes.
He just got dumped by the 41 of Bailey Curry for some reason.
And then you see Daniel Dye with nowhere to go. I think Stephen went to the 41 truck to say, what were you thinking? Man, I'd like to think we can get to the checker flags without having this happen again and again. We're going to have less than 15 to go probably.
Well, we saw it with Hocevar just, spinning out Corey Heim. Some of this stuff is, I know it's getting down towards the end of the race, the end of the season, but you have to race with a little bit more respect, I think, than what we've seen here.
Well, I think a lot of people watched that Xfinity race last week and thought that was, there's Stephen saying, what could have possibly you've been thinking?
It's a great opportunity for Stephen Parsons. We know, Phil, of course, working alongside you, how hard your son works. He takes any jobs he can. He's got his helmet ready. He's able and willing to jump in whenever there's an opportunity, and this was a good one for him.
Finally made his way up into the top 20, and I think he was, looked like his truck had gotten better and better and was going to gain some more spots, but unfortunately it's not to be.
So under a red flag here. 8 cautions tonight for 46 laps. Imagine the emotions being one of those contenders for the championship. Just when you think, all right, this is it, we're getting down to it, I'm in position, boom, a caution comes out.
Well,
and a red flag.
And think about the mental game for Carson Hocevar. He started on the front row, got turned sideways. He's all the way back to the 18th spot here. His team told him to shake it off. He just couldn't quite do it.
Under caution, we'll be back. Welcome back to the Craftsman 150. It is championship race as we're embarking on Saturday morning on the East Coast, but if you're out west, it's prime time, baby. We still don't know who the champion will be, but I'll tell you what, Ben Rhodes, he has not given up. Sitting third right now, he's in contention to win this championship. So, you know, he's just sitting there, eyes wide open.
Not doing anything right now,
let's
right?
dial him up.
Let's try to talk to him. Hey, Ben Rhodes, the Fox booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys.
It sure has been fun watching you, Ben. I'm telling you, you've made some tremendous moves, and obviously you and Rich have that truck in a great position right now. You've got 20 laps to go if we don't go overtime, and that certainly can happen. But you've been in this position before, Ben. What do you got to do here to finish it off?
The biggest thing right now is not getting caught up in a wreck. This has been certainly the wildest playoff race that I've been a part of. It seems like everybody's going 5 wide, and it doesn't matter where you're at. It's all the way through the pack, and it's just really hard to find the proper place to put your truck. The track also seems to have a little less grip this year, or at least I'm sliding around a little bit more. So all in all, it's been an exciting show, I'm sure, but I'd like it to just calm down and be nice and smooth. If we could get the lead here on the restart, that would do it for us.
Well, buddy, you've done an awesome job, and we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Finish her off.
Thanks, guys.
Let's hear from his crew chief, Rich Lucius. Josh.
Yeah, standing by with Rich Lucius. And Rich, first of all, how are you feeling about the position you guys are in, and what's it going to take to bring this thing home?
It's going to take a great restart by Ben, which he always gets. So we need to get clear of the 23 right here and then just set sail and focus on our race, and hopefully these last 20 laps go green. But I feel like we're in a really good position.
Thanks, Rich. Regan?
Scott Zipadelli, you've done a fantastic job of keeping your driver calm in the truck, your spotter, everybody communicating very well to keep refocused on what the goal is. 9 spots, roughly 15 laps when we get back to green. Can you get there?
I think we can get there. Yeah, as long as we don't have any more cautions, I think we'll be okay. Corey's done a great job. Obviously, we got some adversity. We've got to beat that, but truck's been really strong since we unloaded, and hopefully we can get the Safe Flight Toyota Pro in victory lane, or at least clinch this championship.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, gentlemen. You see what happened.
Really,
Corey Heim, when he went around, got the contact from Carson Hocevar.
Really fortunate not to get any more damage to that truck than he did. You could see just running a normal line down the front straightaway to the inside to make the move on Stuart Friesen.
Yeah, watch the 42. Those, you see those black lines? He moves up outside of the line he was in to make that contact.
Dramatically. And when it happened, I think he lost his focus and was really sorry that it happened and sad that it happened and wasn't able to get it together on that restart. I know he got pushed sideways, but he just kept falling back all the way to the 18th spot.
We'll shake it all out. We still have 20 laps to go. Stay with us for the ending here in championship night. Red flag. A lot of time to sit and think about the race that has happened and what they can do from here on out.
We saw what happened at Martinsville after they had a 28-minute red flag. All heck broke loose.
Well, let's hear from the crew chief of the 23, Amanda.
Jamie reported earlier in the show that Grant Enfinger is riding with a quote on his dash that says, "All things are possible for those who believe." You guys have executed perfectly tonight. Jeff, there is one truck separating you guys from a potential championship. Why do you believe that Grant Enfinger is the one that can do it?
Well, I mean, it's a matter of it's who wants it the most, and I don't know of anybody else in this garage that when he wants something, he goes and gets it, you know, and we've been pretty fortunate. We've made all the right adjustments from practice yesterday. We weren't very good. We were a 10th place truck at best. And I still don't think we're good enough to outrun that 11 if he hadn't had any issues there. Us and the 99 are pretty even. It's just according to who gets out front. But, you know, the guys done a great job on pit road tonight. The guys that work on this thing all year long have done an amazing job. So far, knock on wood, we haven't had a DNF all year long. Probably the only team in the garage area could say that. So hopefully we can get our champion power equipment Silverado past that 99 and get far enough ahead of that 11 he can't catch us. But we'll see what happens. I think we got a shot at it, and that's all you ask for. It's what everybody works for. So.
And they haven't given up on each other all night. Regan?
Carson Hocevar's crew chief Phil Gould here. I see the tires on the wall. Been an eventful night. You guys have been working to try to make this truck fire off better. Can you make it fire off with these tires at the end now?
Yeah, I think so. As we can see, anything can happen, and you know, we kind of got ourselves in a bad predicament there, but it's not over till it's over, and we're just going to keep fighting.
Thanks, Phil.
It's all you can do. You got 150 miles to try to get a championship, and I believe this team knows that they've slid back far enough to where they're going to have some tires if they're going to go fight for a championship. Maybe too little too late, but probably going to go back to green with right around 15, 16 laps to go. And I would predict that that won't be the last caution.
Yeah, we saw at the very top of the show how tires late in the going have made a difference in the outcome over the last 2-3 years.
Good to see trucks rolling once again, and the two drivers involved in what brought out the red flag, Bailey Curry and Stephen Parsons, have been checked and released from the infield care center.
Waiting on word from Daniel Dye. I'm sure he was fine too. We saw him getting out of his truck. Haven't got the official word.
So after this time by, I believe they're going to open pit road. Well, on the East Coast, they're just getting Saturday started. So start your Saturday strong with Big Noon Saturday as Fox and the 7th-ranked Texas host number 23, K-State. It all starts with Big Noon kickoff live from Austin at 10 a.m. Eastern. Then it's K-State, Texas. That's all on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Today.
Today.
For you East Coasters.
We're racing into Saturday.
West Coast. You guys are probably enjoying drinks and maybe even some dinner.
Well, we know, at least we think that Hocevar is coming down pit road. Is anybody going to come with him?
I don't think so. Not any of our contenders. I think Corey Heim's in a good spot. He's going to restart on row 5 or 6. So we've seen guys get to the front from further back faster.
Sanchez is coming, as well as Majeski.
Majeski was into the outside wall. He might need an adjustment on his fenders.
Here comes Hocevar. There'll be a lot of trucks in between these trucks that pit right now on this restart.
Carson Hocevar shown in the 18th position as he comes down pit road. Zane Smith shown as the leader.
What's Stewart's just coming out of his pit.
Regan, Carson Hocevar making his way to the pit box.
And Jamie, you just heard it from crew chief Phil Gould. Really the only option these guys have at this point on those older tires. Lost the track position, come down, get the 4 tires right now and do everything they can to get back up through the pack as far as they can. And obviously a disappointing night for these guys. It's been a little bit of a struggle.
Nice adjustment there for the 42 as well.
I think you saw Carson Stuart Friesen showing his displeasure with the move that Carson made by slowing down as he went toward his pit, just to say, you know, I'm not cool with what you did.
He was, of course, an innocent bystander. When Heim went around, he got into Stuart Friesen, who was running in the top 5.
Here's our battle for the championship right here. Potentially the 99 of Ben Rhodes, the 23 of Grant Enfinger.
And they're going to have company. They know the 11 is coming. Just going to be a matter if Corey Heim can get a clean restart, if we can keep our championship contenders out of the wall and race for it. I still feel like this is the guy you're going to have to beat. He's got better tires, he's got a faster truck, and he's motivated after getting dumped, racing in front of Carson Hocevar.
Well, this has been fun to watch.
It has.
All night long, and now the 2 most experienced of the championship 4 right now running 3rd and 4th.
Just unpredictable, just like we expected. I told you at the start of the show, I love Championship Friday night. It has a little bit of everything, and we've seen that. A dominant truck here for Corey Heim. Now he's in a position where he's going to have to really get aggressive to get through this field. We're going to restart with less than 15 to go, or right around 15 to go.
You know, a couple of the trucks in front of Corey Heim are his teammates, Taylor Gray and Dean Thompson.
We're going to start choosing here.
Do those guys just get out of the way?
If I'm Corey Heim, I would like to think so.
Certainly not going to battle him very hard for sure.
Let's see what they decide to do. Anybody going to cut Corey Heim any slack?
Zane's going to take the outside. Ben the outside. Grant Enfinger will line up side by side with him. Oh! No team orders there, it didn't look like.
Yeah. That was a late dive.
By Taylor Gray.
Taylor Gray that
it
did
was.
That was some space that Corey Heim would have really liked to have had. Put that truck on the outside of him.
I think Corey's going to line up 9th, it looks like.
Let's see that one again.
Late decision right there.
I'm glad Corey was paying attention. Exactly. Like, what are you doing,
man?
What are you doing?
What a crazy night for this young man.
Remember at the top of the show, we showed Sheldon Creed winning this race in 2020. Went from 9th to the lead in 1 lap with pressure tires.
Didn't I tell you I couldn't handle another restart? Well,
my hands are sweating. The nerves.
I'm all messed up over here.
It's been fun to watch.
I got bad news. This might not be the last restart.
I'm going to go with it won't be the last restart.
Keep an eye on that row 2. That's our championship battle for now.
And they couldn't care less about that row 1. They want them to just go. Get out of here. I don't care. Just don't hold us up.
Championship night. NASCAR's biggest weekend. All comes down to this. And green flag is in the air once again. Keep your eye on the 23 and the 99 in row number 2. And where's Corey Heim in all of this?
He's coming down to the bottom.
Ben Rhodes is slow on the high side. Loses a spot to Jesse Love.
Ben Rhodes back to 6th now.
Look at the 11 on the outside as they battle down into turn 3. Jesse Love right on the back of Chase Purdy, but here comes Heimer on the outside. He can see the guys he's racing, but he slides off turn 4. Slipped a little bit there.
Long way to go, 14 laps to go. See Ben Rhodes trying to chase down Grant Enfinger.
And he's there, Phil.
Gonna try to move to the inside of Grant.
These two can't seem to shake each other. Keeping their eyes on where that 11 is. They know how good, how strong he's been tonight. Corey Heim led 47 laps. Got a hit from Hocevar. Went around, has had to fight his way back. Corey Heim in 7th now. Grant Enfinger with control of the championship as it stands right now, trying to hold off the 99 of Ben Rhodes.
There's plenty of time left, but if I'm Ben Rhodes, I want to try to make quick work of him if I can, because you never know if another caution comes out, you have more restarts.
Corey Heim up to 6. 2 spots from where he needs to be.
Meanwhile, Zane Smith doing what he did last year, leading the finish, trying to pick up his last win here in the Truck Series before he moves on to Cup. But all eyes right here on Grant Enfinger, Ben Rhodes.
Worried about Corey Heim. Hasn't made much progress since he got around Jesse Love. You can see Jesse Love battling back to the inside. Maybe that right rear damage has hurt the performance of that 11 truck.
We talk all the time about how critical that right rear corner of these trucks are for side force.
He's about 2 seconds back from Ben Rhodes as it stands right now. His teammate Jesse Love on the inside.
Yeah, that's just...
He needs those positions.
Yeah, this is a result of that right rear damage, I'm sure. He was so strong early, now he can't go anywhere.
Meanwhile, Hocevar is up to the 14th position, as you can see, left side of your screen.
As the leader crosses the line, we've reached our Craftsman. 10 to go. 10 laps to decide it all.
Ben Rhodes can taste it, can he? Right there in front of him is Grant Enfinger. He knows he has to get that position.
One little slip by Grant, and Ben will be right there.
Ben knows what it tastes like to stand in victory lane as a champion. Enfinger has come so close.
What did he say right at the start of the race? I love my truck. I love what I've got here. There's the guy in control of the race, Zane Smith. But this is the battle for the championship. These two drivers.
Grant Enfinger, Jeff Hensley is crew chief. They've been optimistic tonight. Although if Corey Heim gets to him, they're not sure they have anything for him. But right now, they're holding off the 99 of Ben Rhodes.
I think Corey Heim is too far off the pace right now. He's about 3 seconds behind this battle right here.
That right rear damage hurt the performance of that truck. He did a great job on the restarts getting in position, but when he got to clean track, he couldn't go.
How about Grant Enfinger again, driving for GMS? They announced about 5 months ago they would be shutting the doors after this race tonight. Moving on, moving their focuses to Cup on Sundays. Grant Enfinger, this entire operation. A lot of people without jobs. Some people know where they're going, some don't. But they put it aside. They put the noise aside. They got themselves here to the championship four, and right now are in contention to win a championship.
Right now, Grant Enfinger says, let's race this out. These remaining 6 laps. Please, no caution.
Maintaining that nice gap.
Last time by, they both ran 28.03 seconds. Same time last time, right on each other.
Grant Enfinger, they welcomed their second baby, a baby girl named Caroline. Last Friday, she came a month early. And again, able to focus on the task at hand here. What a sweet offseason it would be. Can he do it?
Right now, Ben Rhodes' tongue is hanging out, trying to coax every 100th of a second out of that truck.
And Grant Enfinger's looking in that mirror, wondering how much gap he has on Ben Rhodes, but focusing on his job. You can hear Ben Rhodes shifting gears here, pulling it down to third as he comes into turn 3 and then up to 4th on the front straightaway.
Right now, he's got about a 7/10 lead over Ben Rhodes, and he's maintaining, guys. 4 laps to go here at Phoenix.
What a story this will be for Fairhope, Alabama's Grant Enfinger. Oh, no.
And caution is out again. Can you believe it? Carson Hocevar destroyed his truck.
I was looking on the scoring monitor that Corey Heim was backing up to Carson Hocevar. I have to believe that that's related.
I believe he just said that's fair.
Well, I think Corey Heim decided he couldn't win it. I don't think Carson Hocevar was going to win it either, though, but he had battled his way inside the top 10 and had caught Heim.
But Taylor Gray's an innocent victim of that.
He had a great night going. Top 10 most of this evening. 3 laps to go. Caution out for the 9th time.
Grant Enfinger says, I wish y'all could have settled that after the race.
Yeah.
And let me run my race to the championship.
See the damage on the left side of the 11.
I think there's also right side damage.
And you talk, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. significant damage to Corey Heim.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Carson Hocevar coming up on the 11 right here. And you see Taylor Gray around.
Yeah, that's what we call payback. You know, Corey doesn't want to wait till next year. He wants to make sure.
Big hit. He's right on board with Corey Heim now and see from his vantage point. Oof. Paybacks in racing. What a turn of events for these two championship contenders.
But now we have to have another restart. You know, Grant Enfinger was headed to that championship, it looked like, and now he's going to have to withstand another restart.
And then the choose, where do you go? And you know, Grant and Ben both are going to be dependent on Zane and Christian getting the start they need.
There's Maury Gallagher sitting on top of the pit box right now for Grant Enfinger.
Yeah, Mike Beam up there as well, along with Jeff Hensley.
But how about for Ben Rhodes and Rich Lucius right now? Now's their time to pounce. They weren't making up any ground as those laps ticked on by.
Gives them another life. But I hate it. I hate it happen that way.
I don't like that either. No, that's just guys racing for a championship. And
well, we're going to have NASCAR overtime, but first we're going to step aside as we take one more look here at what happened. Corey Heim, Carson Hocevar, two of our championship contenders. Bam! In the wall. More from Phoenix after this. Not happy. And we welcome you back to the Craftsman 150. It's championship race night, and we can taste it oh so close. As you see there, NASCAR overtime. And Ben Rhodes right now sitting fifth, but could trouble be brewing?
So when I'm at speed, I can shift fine. It goes into fourth gear fine, but I probably, I don't know, over half the restarts tonight, I go to get it in the fourth, and every I'd say over half of them, the first attempt into fourth gear doesn't go. But I have enough momentum, I'm able to recover because I get a good, first, second, third. But third to fourth, for whatever reason, isn't working.
That's trouble, or could be. If he can't get a clean shift into fourth, then he wouldn't have to really shift, I don't think, Phil, until he got down the back straightaway, and he needs to grab fourth then. So maybe if he gets a great start, he's got enough room to work it into gear. But this could be potentially some big trouble for the 99.
Yeah, we're going to only have a 2-lap overtime finish, so he can't afford to lose much ground to Grant Enfinger. I have to believe that Zane will take the outside again. I would think Christian would take the front row.
And that's like I said, those two need that front row to get a great start so that they're at least even. One of those front row starters has a shifting issue or has a tire spin, that'll directly affect them in row 2.
Not the way he wanted to end his night here for the championship race. Carson Hocevar making his first championship appearance, and you see his truck being taken out on the wrecker. Meanwhile, Zane Smith continues to lead here. He's led 26 laps and counting. Hard to believe that he's only won one race this year, and that was way back at race number 1 almost 9 months ago.
So fast, though. And
right.
The crazy thing is Phil and I have some garage sources. And number 38 and number 19 was on everybody's short list of who was going to win this race, and there they sat. And what disappointment it has to be for those two not to be in our championship 4. I think they were on a lot of people's championship 4 list, and Christian Eckes can taste it. That last lap move at Talladega that went wrong, the pit road issue that he had at Homestead, also that restart violation, all those mistakes just have to get you in the gut.
Same thing for Nick Sanchez. Remember, Nick Sanchez tied for 4th and lost on a tiebreaker to a better finish in that round at Ben Rhodes. And remember, he ran into a Tanner Gray on the way to pit road, and his pit stop was 6-8 seconds slower than his average pit stop, and that was under green. And all he needed was one more position on the racetrack, just one more.
Grant Enfinger, Amanda, went to the outside, got Ben Rhodes down on the bottom.
I'm taking a look at Jeff Hensley. He's finally sat down after slamming his hands at the side of that caution. We were talking about the payback between Corey Heim and Carson Hocevar, but what we forget is it affects everyone else in this race, including Grant Enfinger and Ben Rhodes. Grant has radioed over that his truck feels great. He knows that Ben Rhodes is having shifting issues, but I think one of the things that needs to be said, the radio from Grant Enfinger, the team said those guys are classless.
Well, frustrated with this caution coming out once again, and understandably so. But good news for Grant Enfinger fans. Everything sounds good, copacetic inside that racetrack.
Oh, man, but this is intense. Check out the overtime rules there. 2 laps. The leader takes the white. The next flag ends it. Caution prior to the white, and we get another restart.
Guys, keep an eye on that 2 truck of Nick Sanchez. He has the freshest tires right now in the top 10, about 10 laps fresher than the rest of the field.
Got to have a perfect restart. Perfect restart right here.
Here we go. NASCAR overtime at Phoenix Raceway. Zane Smith, Christian Eckes, they're crowding him. Here comes Ben Rhodes. Watch out. That orange and black number 99 up the middle. He doesn't make it stick. Grant Enfinger is right there. Those are the 2 battling for the championship.
They're together off turn 2.
Contact back there. The 23 Enfinger looked like he got into Christian Eckes. The battle for the lead.
How about Ben Rhodes? Look at Grant Enfinger's in trouble.
And
there's a caution.
Again. It came out before the white flag.
Oh, Ben Rhodes could see that white flag, and they pulled it back and threw the yellow. Derek Kraus around in turns 3 and 4.
And we had just heard Ben Rhodes talking about his shifting issues and getting it into 4th. He had a great restart.
He didn't have any problem that time.
No,
he
didn't.
Grant Enfinger, though, may have a little bit of damage. There was some contact. He's dropped all the way back to the 9th position. You see the left front corner of that truck. A little bit of damage to the left rear as well.
Oh, and you can see the rubber, the number letters rubbed off that right front, so he scrubbed against another truck or the wall there.
We got to calm now, Jeff.
Yep. We got nothing to lose now.
You heard him coming to pit road here for 4 fresh tires.
Oh my
For
goodness.
a green-white checker. It's worked before.
A battle of attrition tonight, gentlemen.
But we're going to have 22 trucks on the lead lap. This is a tall order to think that he could get it done. But who's to say we won't have multiple restarts here the way these cats are driving?
We can clip off 5 or 6 trucks on each restart and have a couple 3 of those.
Man, Ben Rhodes did everything he needed to do on that restart. So let's take a look back at that last restart from overhead.
Well, you got to give it up for Ben Rhodes. He was so aggressive. Look at this hoe he squeezes it in.
And Grant got hung behind Zane, who really didn't get the jump that he needed. Here I thought Grant was going to be okay, but then he gets squeezed by the 19 of Eckes.
And watch him fall back after that. Watch what brings out the yellow. Derek Kraus, bam. Jesse Love goes up and they just chain reaction.
I think Jesse Love body slammed Grant Endinger. That's where the damage on the left side came on Grant's truck.
So much contact.
Watch Jesse Love, that one truck.
He got loose.
Got loose into Grant. And Derek Kraus paid the price.
Oh.
I feel your pain.
This is...
It's just an emotional roller coaster.
It is, because you know what it means to these guys. Grant Enfinger could taste the championship.
And here he comes, takes that left-hand turn. He's coming down pit road.
Now he's going to restart outside the top 20.
Oh. 2 restarts ago, we were getting ready to crown him a champion.
Pop some champagne, right?
That's right. Amanda.
This team has been absolutely flawless all night, and this is what it comes to right now. You heard Jeff Hensley say we have nothing to lose, and the crew guys jumped into action. Grant Enfinger coming in for tires and fuel. Jamie?
You see him pulling those fenders. So we'll have another NASCAR overtime, our second attempt here. The ball is in Ben Rhodes' hands, in his court, as they say.
Yeah, unfortunately though, if it turns out that way and Grant's not able to make a miraculous recovery, then he's going to feel like he got cheated out of this championship.
Well, they just hard racing. The restart was as crazy as we expected. Ben Rhodes very aggressive up the middle, and then they just ran out of room off turn 2, and unfortunately Grant got the short end of the stick. Ben's in a great spot here, just needs 2 laps without crashing.
How about Ben Rhodes, Josh?
Well, Ben Rhodes is aware of the situation with the other 4 championship 4 drivers. Rich Lucius came over the radio and told them, hey, be aware of the situation. We don't have to win the race. Just make sure you get through the gears on this next restart. Ben was excited after getting through 4th gear last time, but they got to do it once again.
No doubt. One more time. How about that? The 2023 Playoff Championship 4, 2nd, 22nd, 24th, and Hocevar out.
Yeah, last year, 3 of our championship 4 all led the race in the last 5 laps of the race.
How about Ben Rhodes? Okay, we mentioned it earlier. If he wins, the press conference that we watched after his championship performance 2 years ago, it'll go down in the history books. Here it is.
We are now joined by our 2021 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion.
Let me say something here. Libations are good. Championship's awesome. This is going to be the weirdest press conference ever.
How do you view your career now at this point?
There's a lot of bubbles in this. We're like a match made in heaven, and I'm loving it. My wife looks really embarrassed. Are you embarrassed? We're champions. Yeah. This is the best conference ever.
That's right.
Bye, guys. Made a lot of new friends tonight. I consider you my close group now.
So we have to explain. they're on the championship stage. There's pictures. It just takes a long time. Meanwhile, everybody and their friend is bringing a beer to him. So by the time he gets in the media center, he's having a good time, feeling good. But the funniest part was when he looks over and realizes somebody took his beer and replaced it with the water. Just classic Ben Rhodes. But Michael, he's a Kentucky guy like you. We got to get rid of the beer. Maybe we get a little bourbon in there if he celebrates tonight. What do you think?
I think an old-fashioned might be right up his alley.
Hey, he's got another thing to celebrate, by the way.
Told us this week.
Told us this week that he and his wife, Caitlin, expecting baby number 2.
Where'd all the yellow guys go in our pylon?
All 4 of them have been in the pylon the entire race, and now we're only left with 1.
See what Grant Enfinger, how far he can scramble. Ben Rhodes just looking for 2 laps. That's a lap and a few feet of green flag racing.
Yeah, just get to the white flag without a caution.
White. He's already almost seen it once.
So we need to go green. We take the white flag, the next flag will end the race. Otherwise,
we do it all again.
Another NASCAR overtime. Just a reminder, we've had 10 cautions for 64 laps. Here we go again. Zane Smith on the outside. Ben Rhodes with shifting issues on the inside. What can he do here on the restart?
And Christian Eckes and Zane. Oh,
trouble! Zane Smith goes around. There was contact by Ben Rhodes behind him. We're going to have to see how that happened, guys.
Oh, big problems for the Zane Smith on the restart, and a lot of damage for Ben Rhodes. He ran right into Smith.
Oh, my goodness.
What an amazing turn of events.
We're going to do it again. But they've got to take a good look at this truck and make sure it's going to be all right to finish.
Let's see when scoring, when they come back around and see where Grant will end up. There's Grant. He's 18th now, so.
It's Jack Wood.
Jack had a good run going. He was solid all night.
We need to see what happened here.
I believe there was just problems getting through the gears, maybe,
for Christian.
One of the front 2 trucks.
Missed the shift.
You're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Fine, the fender's fine. It's on the tire a little bit, but you're fine. We're staying out here.
So slight fender rub, but we don't see any smoke. Whew.
I think that, I feel like I don't know.
Ooh. That was coming to the green. So what happens after they take the green is the question.
Somebody missed a shift.
I think Zane missed a shift.
I think it was Zane as well, and he hit the back of Zane. And there's the jump. And right here, he pulls down in front of, and there it is, missed the shift, and bam, just nothing in the world Ben Rhodes could do.
Missed the 3-4 shift. Christian Eckes was so lucky. He swerved out from behind the 38 at the very last instant.
Well, go on board here.
This is on board with Ben Rhodes, and you can see when Zane jumps, gets a great start, he's able to pick what line he wants, and he went to the bottom right in front of Ben. Right there. You heard Ben grab 4th, and I think Zane went for 4th and missed it.
Yeah.
So Zane Smith led 34 laps. He went around. Christian Eckes being shown as the leader. Chase Purdy having the race of his life tonight.
Jake Garcia strong.
Jake Garcia's moving on from the team. McAnally Racing said that he will not return. So where does he go next year? He's maybe driving for a ride. And then there's Ben Rhodes. How bad is this damage? Is it too bad? Will he have a big fender rub, cut a tire, or is it okay to get through 2 laps here?
Yeah, Rich assured him that it was going to be okay. A little bit of a fender rub. He said it's going to be fine.
Oh, hope and a prayer.
Just got to make 2 laps. And there's the mess. Does Grant just slip through here?
Oof.
Oh, barely.
And that's Enfinger back in 17th. So remember, Hocevar is out. Enfinger would be the next guy, obviously, in line back there in 17th if something happens to Ben Rhodes where he can't complete these 2 laps. But they think they're good.
It doesn't look like it's rubbing at all. I think we're going to be fine. We got at the moment.
Yeah, meaning it's good, or yeah, it's meaning it's rubbing, but you're not going to tell me.
It's fine, but it's fine.
Either way, we're not changing.
It's fine.
It's going to be what it is.
It's fine.
Uh-oh, is it flat?
No, I don't think so.
Don't say it, Michael.
I think that doesn't look. Maybe it's just
flat.
That's a rub, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what's changing the color of the tire.
Yeah.
When they go green, it's going to start smoking big time, I believe.
Rubbing that Goodyear off that tire.
And may I point out, I said I believe. I said it's going to smoke big time, I believe. It might not. This doesn't look good to me.
Rich said it's okay.
But what if we have another caution and another overtime?
Well, that's what Grant Enfinger needs right now. He's going to need a couple more cautions.
I'll tell you what's going to happen if we have another overtime is we're going to invite another time zone to Saturday morning racing. We're not far away from doing just that.
We're going to invite that central time zone.
Yeah, they're coming on over.
Be celebrating a championship on Friday night and a Saturday, depending on where you are. So Corey Heim continues.
He actually got the free pass. He was a lap down with the repairs they had to make, and he got the free pass that time.
What's happening later today, Jamie?
Well, it's a big noon kickoff live from Austin at 10 a.m. Eastern, followed by a big noon Saturday matchup between Texas and K-State. Then it's Penn State taking on Maryland. It's all on Fox and the Fox Sports app today.
Maybe we'll just go straight from there after we go off the air
right.
from here.
Those promos started as Big Noon Saturday tomorrow. Now they're today. Again, depending on what time zone you're in. So how about this? After all that Corey Heim has been through, he's no longer in the picture. He fell off the pylon.
You got all excited.
I did. I'm like, what? Well, that's a turn of events.
We're going to choose her up, though, and see how Ben's right front tire holds up. Can it make 2 miles?
As if we need more drama. As if he needs more drama right now.
That tire blows out. Let's slide Grant Enfinger into the equation.
He has a little bit of a buffer here, about 12 positions.
Christian Eckes in control of this race. Matt Crafton, solid top 10 run.
Here comes Grant. See the yellow truck there.
He's not limping or anything, is he? Doesn't look all together square, but maybe he's all right.
We got squeezed on both sides.
Yeah.
Derek Kraus in the 77, who had brought out, I believe it was 2 cautions ago, into the wall. He has been checked and released from the Infield Care Center.
2 of our drivers in the top 3 have never gone to victory lane. Chase Purdy and Jake Garcia.
Jesse Love is in the top 5 as well.
What is fourth start ever, 4th or 5th start ever for Jesse Love here in the Truck Series?
Let's do this.
3rd Truck Series start for Jesse Love. Top 5. Pace truck is off. NASCAR overtime for the 3rd time. What will happen?
That's a great question. What will happen with that right front corner of the 99 truck in control, trying to win a championship?
He just has to hang on for 2 more laps. Christian Eckes is in control. Chase Purdy, Jake Garcia, Ty Majeski. They're all ahead of Ben Rhodes in the 99 on the outside, bumping and banging as the green flag drops again.
How about Chase Purdy out in the lead?
Oh no,
Majeski gets turned around.
Jesse Love got into the back of him. Caution is out again.
Matt Crafton with a big spin around.
Grant was very close to that situation right there.
Oh, me.
It's working out as good as it could possibly work out for Grant.
12th caution.
Hangarani.
Zane Smith with a lot of damage also on pit road.
Matt Crafton with 2 or 3 360s in the middle of all that mess.
Watch this restart.
How did it all start?
Yeah, Jesse Love is gonna get to the inside of Majeski and turns him around, and then they start running at each other up on the racetrack.
Meanwhile, Ben Rhodes is saying, look, I got through the gears. My tire's still up. Doing everything right.
I think if I'm Ben Rhodes, I feel a lot better right now because I know I can go. And there wasn't a lot of smoke off the right front of that truck. He's got something he can race them with. You can see his good restart there.
It's hard to really put that on Jesse Love, though. He was trying to make his move around the inside. A lot of other trucks involved as well, though. It was not a real good start by Eckes. Looks like he spun the tires, Michael.
And look at that push Purdy got. And then Love just tried to squeeze in, I think, there on Majeski a bit.
Colby Howard, the 9 truck, also involved. He made some contact with the outside wall.
Zane Smith, not the way he thought he'd end his night. On board with Grant Enfinger.
Watch how close Grant comes to being involved in this.
Gunned her right on through there. Look at this mad rush to turn 1. Everybody able to drive away though, so maybe it'll be a shorter caution. What about our leader, Chase Purdy? We've talked all year about how he gets better and better, puts himself in a position here late to grab his first victory. That'd be kind of cool for Chase, that whole team.
And how about for Kyle Busch Motorsports?
Go out a winner, right?
That's right. Everything that they've done in this sport, 100 wins, perhaps tonight, number 101.
That's right. Now we have some yellow on our pylon over there. Jamie?
Yes. Let's get an update on Ben Rhodes. Josh.
Yeah, and crew chief Rich Lucius asked Ben how the truck was on that restart. He said it turns halfway decent, but then Ben voiced some displeasure with the guys wrecking behind him as he continues to stress out as he tries to win this championship. Amanda?
Josh, you'll remember that Jeff Hensley said we have nothing to lose. On that last restart, Grant Enfinger was able to make up for position. He is going to have the freshest of tires in this championship hunt. They're hoping that they can get Green Flag Racing to the checkers with Grant out front.
8 trucks separate Ben Rhodes from Grant Enfinger. So we'll do it again.
Yes, we will. About an hour ago, it feels like we were pretty close to crowning the champion, giving it to Grant Enfinger with 2 or 3 to go. And
now we've been trying to give it to Ben Rhodes here for the last 4 restarts.
It's true what they say. Cautions breed cautions. So we'll have to do it one more time. NASCAR overtime number 4, ladies and gentlemen. For you following along at home, thank you.
I think 4 is a record that we've ever had.
It'll be worth it, though. Stick with us. See who the champion will be. 23 races over the course of 9 months to get to this point. Michael, you said it earlier in the show. Tonight can change lives.
yes, it can. You walk around with a NASCAR championship in one of these big series, the big 3.
And so often you hear a guy that won a championship and they say it just makes them hungrier to do it again because there's so many things you forget about the night and what happened. You want to go back and relive it. And
Ben might have forgot a lot of things.
he knows it was a good time, one way or another.
There was bubbles in his water. It really had him intrigued.
Whatever happens, if he wins the championship, they need to just put a camera on him and just follow him around.
Yeah, mic him up and put a camera on him.
The Ben Rhodes simulcast.
Ben told me the other day, he said, you know, Mike, I don't drink much, but when I do, I do it right good.
Let's don't forget too that his truck owner Duke and Rhonda Thorson trying to win another championship. They've done so much for the sport here.
Look at that damage on the front of the one truck there. You see Jesse Love right behind Ben. Got that right front damage.
How about the 0-2 of Caden Honeycutt right now running in the 6th spot?
I looked back earlier in the race because I've always got my eye on Caden. I think he does a really good job in whatever he gets in. He was running 27th or 8th, and I'm like, you know, darn, I thought he would be better than that. And look at him now, all the way up in the top 10, running in 6th.
You mentioned Duke and Rhonda and their daughter Allison and how much she's done with this race team. 4 championships over the years. Their commitment to the series has just been incredible. On the cusp of maybe winning championship number 5.
Yeah, 3 of our 10 playoff contenders all came out of ThorSport. Obviously, Ben Rhodes, the only one left.
That's Jesse Love's. Oh boy.
It's a bit of a bumper bar that's gone awry there.
Michael. So
what you got, Jamie?
I was just going to say that, you know, I'm just thinking big picture. You know, the bourbon and celebration and maybe like a chartered yacht or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Coming up. I'm trying to weave tapestry. How long have we been on the air? Hey, look at us last week.
We started yesterday. I know that.
12:40 on the East Coast with the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show coming up November 12th at 6 p.m. on FS2. It's like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, Michael, and you were there for the first time.
Yes, along with my buddy Ricky Carmichael, we were judging the boats, checking out the creativity, the ingenuity, just how beautiful those boats were and how crazy powerful some of them are.
I think you should have bought us about a 50 or 60 footer, Michael.
Yeah. That was a few investments ago, Phil. I might have been able to figure that out. But I've bounced along with some questionable decisions with life in general, but it's all working out. Let's go racing before we get in any deeper into what I've done wrong.
All right, lights out.
Here we go. Ben Rhodes to the bottom.
Choosing once again. NASCAR overtime number 4. Remember, they have to take the white flag, and the next flag will end the race. Whether it's a caution or the checkered flag. We haven't been able to get to that point yet. We'll keep trying.
Grant's going to restart in the 13th spot inside the 7th row.
It's not over.
It's not over.
And I mean, literally, because we could see another overtime, but Grant Enfinger can see Ben Rhodes. And he's got fresh tires, and he's got a chance. Still drama, still action to go.
And I like the fact that Grant's on the inside. I think you can make more moves on the inside than you can on the outside.
I liked him on the outside last time because that's how he got
That's
through
how
that
he missed it. That's how he missed it, exactly.
You get down on the bottom. Sometimes you don't have as many choices on lanes you could take.
Ben Rhodes certainly not in the clear. Still keeping our eye on that right front.
Saw Raja point to the bottom, maybe telling Grant if he's better, go that way.
Here we go. We're going to try it once again. Chase Purdy on the inside. Christian Eckes on the outside. Let's see if they can get through this cleanly this time. Green flag in the air. Oh boy, watching the 99 of Ben Rhodes.
Look at Grant Enfinger. Here comes Grant. Here he comes. That's him in the yellow truck in the inside. He's about 4 trucks behind Ben Rhodes right now. Ben's the middle of 3 wide.
Christian Eckes out front. We've got a truck in the wall. Tyler Ingram in the wall. Are they going to keep it green until the white flag comes out? They took the white. This is officially the last lap of the race. Can Ben Rhodes hang on? Grant Enfinger making a charge on the bottom. They're going to go side by side around. The final lap, is it going to be Ben Rhodes? Will it be the yellow truck of Grant Enfinger? They're rubbing back there. Right now, advantage to the 99. Grant Enfinger is going for it. To the outside he goes. It's not enough. Ben Rhodes wins the championship at Phoenix.
Oh, me.
Whew.
That was worth the wait. What a drive by Grant Enfinger, but even more so by Ben Rhodes, staying cool, staying calm, and holding off Grant Enfinger. That was amazing.
Even after they took the checker, Ben was afraid to back off the gas. He kept on going.
Ben's eyes, you could tell, he's like, is it over? Is it really over? Did we do it? Look how they finished, 5th and 6th. Christian Eckes gets the win. Great drive by him. Cap off an incredible season, his 4th win of the year.
What about 2, 3, and 4? Jake Garcia, Chase Purdy, Jesse Love. Great finishes by those 3 with a chance to win. Caden Honeycutt comes home in 6th. Dean Thompson, 7th.
You could tell Ben Rhodes is smiling under that helmet. The 26-year-old from Louisville, Kentucky. His 2nd career championship in his 8th full-time season.
Oh, I can't believe it. Thank you guys for everything. This is incredible. I'm so appreciative and grateful for this opportunity, everybody.
Think about the season that Ben Rhodes has had. 3 different crew chiefs that he's worked with. Couldn't find the results, couldn't find what he was looking for.
Barely made it out of the round of 10. Didn't even have a top 15 finish in those 3 races. But then did they turn it on in the round of 8?
Duke Thorson decided they needed to put the magic back together. Put Rich Lucius back with his driver Ben Rhodes after winning the championship 2 years ago. They come out swinging in the round of 8. 7th, 2nd, and 2nd. They come to Phoenix and win the championship. Well, let's hear from our winning crew chief. He's with Josh.
Rich Lucius, you return to the 99 team and you end the season with a championship. You had to sweat that one out at the end, huh?
What a crazy race. I mean, but it's about this team. It's about this 99 team that's been through so much this year. And Josh Hankish in our shop actually said this all properly. He said, we're like a baseball team. We had a starting pitcher in Jared Prince that got the deal going and got the win at Charlotte, and then we had Brian Ross come in the middle there and I came in and closed the deal out. So I can't be more proud of these guys, and I'm happy for these guys. And also want to say thank you to Grant for racing us clean at the end, because he could have easily dumped us like everybody else did all night long, but he raced us clean. So I'm just grateful.
Congratulations, Rich.
And remember, it was the call by Rich Lucius.
The call of the year
2 weeks ago at Homestead. Brought his driver down, put tires on it, and they fought. They fought their way, and it came down to a tiebreaker between him and Nick Sanchez. It went to Ben Rhodes. It put him in this position, and they fought till the end. Had a tire rub on the right front. Couldn't get it shifted into gear in 4th gear. Had issues on the restarts.
And look at that truck.
Wow.
Every corner of it's used up.
In Vegas, they say that's battle-born. I believe it was. What a race. Championship flag. Wave that championship flag, Ben Rhodes.
He said that flag's bigger than that checkered flag that Christian's going to get.
What a great guy. Regan, these are the interviews we live for as pit reporters. You've got Ben Rhodes. He is a champion once again.
Jamie, he is a champion, absolutely, for the 2nd time. Ben, so many places and so many things we need to talk about from tonight. But first, 2-time champion Ben Rhodes. How does that feel?
I can't even believe it. Let's go! Man, I hate when people do that on TV, so I'm sorry. But dang, this is so awesome, man. To go 25 laps into overtime, you know what that feels like? And almost lose it 3 times. Look at the front of the truck. It's crazy. I didn't think we were going to make it. I thought we were going to pop a tire. I thought anything that could have gone wrong was going to go wrong. So Grant almost got me. Hats off to him. He ran a great race. I wouldn't want to race against anybody else for the championship. He raced me clean, and I respect the hell out of him for it.
You talk about Grant almost getting it at the end there. Obviously, you had the damage to your truck. Were you aware as you're coming off of turn 4 how close it got?
Oh, I saw him. I'm watching the replay right here. I saw him. He went for everything, but he ran me clean, and I thank him for that. You know, that's what these championships are all about. It's unfortunate we had so many cautions, right? But we ran each other clean. All of us did tonight, and oh, great show. I love you guys. Thanks for all the fans coming out. I love it. Thanks, Kubota, Campers Inn, my team, ThorSport Racing, Ford Performance. What a team. I don't know how we pull it off, but we got here and we did it.
Ben Rhodes, your 2023 Craftsman Truck Series champion. Amanda?
Grant, I want to tell you, both Ben Rhodes and Rich Lucius thanked you for racing them clean in that last part of the race. As you replay the last lap, what could have you done different?
I don't know. You know, it was just the original green-white checkered there where we went 4 wide. You know, Ben gassed it up there on the bottom, drove us in the 19 and tore up our truck, and then we had to restart from 22nd there. So that's kind of what ended our run. Obviously, we got close there at the end. I don't know, maybe if he didn't have such a run down the back straightaway, but I needed to get under him to make that pass. Yeah, I don't know. It's a shame that the championship came down to a race like that with, you know, 15 green-white checkers or whatever it was right there, 30 laps extra. I feel like we did everything we could to win this race there, and just kind of got used up right there. Championship racing, it's just incredibly unfortunate to end GMS racing like this. I really felt like we had that championship in grasp, and to be honest with you, I don't know if I'd have done anything different. Just wasn't meant to be.
Jamie.
Well, he went down fighting. Very respectable race for him tonight. Just came up a little short. How about those who've hoisted the trophy with multiple championships? You got our own Todd Bodine there, a 2-time champion. And look at Ben Rhodes, adds his name there. He's actually the youngest driver with multiple championships in series history.
Pretty exclusive company right there for Ben Rhodes.
Just a beautiful thing to be able to join that class of Craftsman truck racers.
Hall of Famer Ron Hornaday.
Well, Corey Heim was the truck they were all chasing for most of this race, and then it went sideways. He ended up bringing it home 18th, Amanda.
Corey, do you stand by the late check on Carson Hocevar?
Ask him if he stands by the first one. I mean, I got my right rear destroyed. Well, he wrecked me, and then I got my right rear destroyed, and you know, from there I had no side force, and he put it on my door out of 2, and I lost control. So just really got to hold our heads high for a great year. I feel like we had them worn out tonight with our Safe Light Tundra TRD Pro. Truck Hack Garage and Toyota Racing just does a phenomenal job, and really had a great truck, championship caliber truck, but just didn't go our way.
We're taking a look at the replay right now, and as you said, you talk about the season that you had. How do we describe this one going forward?
It was a great year. I mean, it was a phenomenal year for us. I mean, this is our worst finish in like, I don't know, like 6 months. So, you know, really put together a good race, and really hope that the guys would race me clean. I got a lot of respect for everybody in the field, but clearly not him anymore. But, you know, it is what it is. It's part of racing, and unfortunately that turned into a wreck fest, but I did all I could.
We did just take a look at the retaliation that was there. How did you plot the payback?
It wasn't retaliation. I had no side force. He put it on my door and I wrecked.
It was an incredible season. You see those 3 win stickers right there, 15 straight top 10 finishes. I believe the last time he finished outside the top 10 was back in April.
Yeah, and the good news, he's going to be back next year, and he'll be contending for another championship with that guy right there.
Loved his interview.
Yeah, he's a fun guy. Really appreciates everything he gets to do. And 27 years old, and he's a veteran. That's got to feel pretty cool as well.
He's 26, Michael.
Oh, when's his birthday, Jamie?
Maybe it was today.
I'd like to welcome Mountain Time to the Saturday party, if you will. It's just past 12 o'clock.
What you think? I mean, the garage doors open, I think, at this point, like 13 hours ago, and these drivers and these teams worked. And then to go through the emotional roller coaster that he went through, to have that energy when you jump out, it's just, that's why we do this, right?
Yeah, and 29 laps of overtime. 29 laps of overtime.
In the condition his truck was in.
I think they were all in that kind of condition, though.
I love when he finished up the interview. There's Ty Majeski giving his teammate a little high five. But he's like, where's my team? Where's my team? He wanted to celebrate with the boys who put him in this position.
There's his team.
They're on the big stage, the big championship stage. There's that beautiful trophy. Craftsman Tools, good to see Craftsman back in our series. What a year it was.
There's Rich. You're gonna reach down there and talk to him.
There's not a straight corner on that truck.
Let's go down to the trophy presentation.
There's the big hug. Congratulations.
How long before he gets a libation in his hand?
They're good, he said.
It's flying all around him right now. Championship weekend, gotta love it.
We talk about multiple overtimes. Look at our Fox cameramen, women, everybody working hard to bring these beautiful pictures and this wonderful celebration to the folks at home.
And all year long.
Yes.
You know, tremendous work by our entire Fox Sports crew.
We've got a great team and really thankful that we have the relationships we do with Rich Lucius and Ben Rhodes, all the drivers and crew chiefs. We have an open book. We can talk to them every day about their sport, this sport that they all love so much, and it's really cool to be able to know Ben and know Rich like we do and see them have this moment and be able to celebrate.
And I got caught up and I kind of forgot that this is the last one. This is the last race, last show of the year.
Longest season in sports. And Michael, you mentioned, I mean, we wear these guys out asking the questions week after week, and these drivers, all the interviews that they do. We appreciate that wholeheartedly. Well, you see him. Josh Sims is at the championship stage.
Well, that's right, and it's the moment everybody's been waiting for as we crown the champion for the 2023 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. This year, it's Ben Rhodes doing it for the second time in the last 3 years. We've reached the championship stage. Right now, we're going to start with Tony Merritt, the Craftsman VP of Marketing and Sponsorship. Tony?
Awesome. Well, Ben, congratulations. What a race. On behalf of Craftsman, congratulations on being the 2023 Craftsman Trucking Champion. I messed that up, but that's all right. Congratulations.
And now I'm going to turn things over to Ben Kennedy, NASCAR Senior VP of Racing Development and Strategy.
Thank you, Josh. Ben, it feels like it was just yesterday we were standing on this same exact stage crowning you as a Truck Series champion. That was 2 years ago. And now you're a two-time champion. You join an exclusive list of competitors that are able to say that. You made us proud 2 years ago. I know you're going to make us proud again this year. So on behalf of NASCAR, the amazing fans we have here at Phoenix Raceway and the million fans around the world, congratulations. You're a 2023 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion. Here's your trophy.
Look that thing up there.
Ben, first of all, congratulations. Second time in 3 years. You are on this stage celebrating a championship. You had to sweat this one out.
They all are.
How does it feel, though, compared to the first time around?
Oh, just as good. I mean, look, the first one was a relief because I was down and out, and we somehow made it back on a green flag run. Now, I was just stressing for 25 laps in overtime. Messed up hood, the transmission's not shifting properly, wheels knocked out of whack, and here comes Grant on new tires. But thanks to him for racing me clean. I think we all raced each other very well tonight. I just love it. This is great. Thank you to Duke and Rhonda Thorson, everybody at Thor Sport Racing. This is a fantastic organization. We got Kubota, we got Campers NRV, Farm Paint, we got Tenda. We got so many great partners on this team. Not to mention Ford Performance, not to forget them. They're awesome. We've built a heck of a program, or Duke and Rhonda have over the years, I guess. It's been around longer than I've been around, so I'm just proud to be a part of it.
We saw what the celebration looked like 2 years ago. How will the celebration tonight compare to that one?
You just hang on, Mama Jamma. You about to find out.
Ben Rhodes, your 2023 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion.
Oh,
Jamie?
bad mamma jamma, Josh. That's what he brought up in that post-race interview. I can't wait to see what happens. There's Duke and Rhonda there behind the trophy. Well, moments ago, Amanda caught up with race winner Christian Eckes.
Well, the celebrations are on down here in Victory Lane. There's champagne everywhere. The truck is covered with it. Christian is covered with it. I talked to you earlier today, and I asked you if you were at peace from Miami, and you said not at all. You said that the goal was to win this race tonight, and you have done it. When you look at that trophy, does that alleviate any of what happened in Miami?
I think it makes it worse. Yeah, that one's going to sting. It still stings. I mean, it's awesome to win. It's always awesome to win, especially with our great partners. But, you know, to come short of the goal of winning a championship and being able to come and win the final race kind of stinks for sure. So it is what it is now. We can always look back in Monday morning and quarterback it and say that we could be champions. But, you know, at the end of the day, we aren't. And at the end of the day, I'm also really proud of the whole 99 group. That was my team last year at ThorSport for the most part with a few different pieces. So super proud of them, and yeah, it is what it is.
The winter photos will continue here for the 4th win on the season for Christian Eckes.
Great season indeed, and those mixed emotions for sure for Christian Eckes.
We talked earlier, this is the hardest race to win if you're not a championship 4 guy. You win and you're like, what's happening here? What could have been, especially for Christian Eckes, so strong all year long.
One happy man there, and the mixed emotions there, but he got the win. What a solid team. There's Bill McAnally right there.
Chase Purdy coming over to congratulate the team. Chase, a great run and finishing 3rd.
Can I just say, Christian Eckes looks so much better without the stash.
Well, he makes it fun, though. He grew the stash for the championship run, and he couldn't wait to get rid of it either, I don't think.